Alrighty boys, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I built a 7-figure Amazon business at the age of 19 years old. Now I'm 21 and I did it without having to run any marketing, ads, emails, SMS, right? No showing my face, no having to build any personal brand. Did this completely organically, and I'm going to show you how you can generate your first $10,000 online even if you're a complete beginner to the online business space, right? Now before we get started with this video, I just want to make sure understand that this video is super valuable, right? And if you're going to take the time to watch this video, make sure that you sit down, watch the entire thing, take out a pen, paper, notepad, and actually consume and understand where I came from, how I started doing this, why I have the authority to make over a 2-hour-long YouTube video talking to you and explaining how this business model works and how you can genuinely change your life, just like how I changed mine by doing this simple change in my life and actually starting something and deciding to be different and starting a real online business that then turned into me generating over $2 million online for myself personally through this Amazon business and multiple millions of dollars for my clients and other businesses, personal brands, other Amazon stores. This is literally just how to get your foot in the door and actually start making money online, or if you're already an Amazon seller, how to scale up your business and get to the next level. If you want a full step-by-step foolproof system and business model, then this is for you, right? If you're someone who's actually looking for a way to break into the online business space or scale up what they are already doing with e-commerce, Amazon, then this is also for you, right? If you're not looking to actually work and build something real, long-term, and sustainable, then click off this video. This video is over 2 hours long for a reason, because there's so much information in here, right? And if I can't squeeze into a 30-second reel, right? But the people who actually take the time, take the notes, and understand every single facet of what I'm saying are the people who are going to get the best results, just like the people inside of my system here that you will see here at the end of this video, who apply exactly what I tell them, and they get the exact results that they're looking for. Why is that? Because they follow a foolproof system and business model, which I will show you how to do here. I'm not gonna yap for too long, right? Like I said, make sure you're in a calm, quiet environment. Take out a pen, paper, notepad, and write down everything that I'm saying. Here's how I generate over $2 million online at the age of 21. Let's get it, boys. All right, boys, it is currently 3:15 in the morning, but I'm recording this because I want to drop this massive value bomb that I created for you guys, right? How I built a 7-figure multi-million-dollar Amazon business at literally 19 years old as a college dropout, and I did all of this without having to create my own brand or master ads, email marketing, any of that, right? All of the products and sales that we generate through this business model are all organic, and I'm going to show you guys each and every single step of the process, my story, how I got started into this, and just the entire business model as a whole, so that you can go from a complete beginner, don't know a single thing about Amazon online business, making money online, to understanding how this works down to a T from somebody who's made the mistake, who's done it for years, and who has other people actually making money in real progress every single day inside of their program. I'm going to show you guys everything, right? This is probably going to be the most valuable YouTube video that you've ever watched. So make sure you have a notebook, pen, paper, rewatch it multiple times, and take as many notes as possible. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one and have me implement these systems and everything that you see inside of this video into your business, there's going to be a link down below where you can learn more to work with me one-on-one. But without further ado, boys, let's get into it. How I created a 7-figure Amazon business at 19 years old. You can see right here the boxes. We got 10K days, shipping trucks, recording vlogs. I got I got actually 2 apartments in under a year doing this business model. One of them, I guess you could call it a penthouse, I don't know, but it's 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom, Florida. I moved across the country, dropped out of college, and went all in on my business to make this shit work. And I'm going to show you guys how you can do the same. Maybe not something as drastic as that if you don't want to, but showing you how to make money online, because nowadays online business is honestly the path to freedom, and Amazon is only getting bigger and bigger every single day, so I'm going to show you how to capitalize on it, right? But if you guys don't know who I am real quick, or how I even got here, why I even have authority to talk about what we are going to go over today, right? This is me. This is me. This is 2021. I was working at a pizza shop. You can literally see I was cleaning the women's bathroom. My hair was a lot shorter at the time. Shit. I actually got to go have a hair appointment actually in the morning. So that's why I'm trying to bang this out. I'm trying to bang this video out right now. But anyways, my name's Sabo. You guys probably know me as All Day FBA on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, that you're watching this right now. Whatever it is, right? I started selling on Amazon at 17 right after high school. I was literally working as a pizza shop cashiers, boys and girls. Like a delivery driver, working at the front desk. I was doing like eBay, trying to just, learn a whole bunch of different shit on the side and just trying to make some type of money. I was making a little bit here and there, maybe 20, 50, $100, couple days, couple weeks, whatever. But it was nothing like crazy, right? Seeing a 10K day, right? This version of me seeing a 10K day would have been like, holy shit, right? And it happened very, very soon after, and we'll go into that, right? And I'd be taking orders, I'd be mopping the floor, just going about my day-to-day at work, thinking like, damn, bro, like I could be doing anything else right now, literally anything. And I feel like I would just be wasting the day because I was looking up all these different business models and seeing all these people making money online. And back then, it wasn't even as big as it is now, bro. This wasn't like you gotta remember, this is like 2021 when I was getting into the Amazon space. But I've been trying to make money online since I was 14, since like middle school, high school, right? Because I've always wanted to just sit at my desk, click buttons and see numbers and money spawn. And obviously, it's not like a magic trick, but actually, not having to work and listen to somebody tell me what to do every single day and not do something I didn't want to do, bro. I didn't want to do any of that. So back in the day, I was trying eBay. I looked up trading, and NFTs were kind of popping off a little bit later. Drop shipping, Shopify drop shipping was the very first thing, and the thing that I kind of stuck with for quite a bit, probably around like 2 years. But I wouldn't say, maybe not 2 years, maybe like a year and a half ish, right? On and off Shopify drop shipping, because that was the craze, right? That was a craze back in the day, and it even still is kind of a little bit. Drop shipping. But affiliate marketing was also around. TikTok Shop wasn't even a thing back then, right? So eBay and Shopify dropshipping, those are the main things that I was trying to get at back in the day that I thought was going to get me rich. eBay, not so much, but dropshipping was where I saw all the money was at, and how I kind of got my first kind of taste in e-com. And nothing, like literally nothing clicked. Over the maybe year and a half I was doing Shopify dropshipping, I probably got like set 4, 5, 6, 7 sales, and this was over like 13 different stores, right? So I was getting like barely any people to my website, but the people who were getting to my website, right, they weren't buying. Looking back now, my website was ass. I knew that at the time. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just tossing up a whole bunch of random shit, putting up a couple Facebook ads, right? TikTok organic wasn't even a thing back then. It was all Facebook ads, right? So I was burning money on ads. I had no idea what I was doing. But the thing was, I was trying, bro. I was trying, and that's what you guys are going to learn later on in this video, is that's honestly the number one key, right? Now, obviously, I know now that, you got to put your inputs in the right place to get where you need to be quicker, but, bro, the first step is just trying, and a lot of people are scared to just try. And, yeah, we don't want to lose money, of course, but I already knew, because I was watching videos just like this and all the other ones on my channel from other people, seeing, people, I made $100,000 this month, and I was like, damn, bro, like, these people are regular people. So I was like, okay, I know this works, even if I hadn't seen it for me just yet. That's why I was just trying, because I knew one day it has to click, right? But at the time, nothing clicked until a friend of mine, teammate, showed me a video about reselling items on Amazon, going to local stores, right? You didn't have to run any ads, you didn't have to like build a brand marketing. You literally just go in the store,
you scan stuff and you flip it for a profit onto Amazon. And I was like, yeah, bullshit, right? Like most of you are, when you're probably scrolling on Reels or YouTube or whatever. But at the time, bro, I was doing a whole bunch of different things, just trying to find something that worked. So probably like a lot of you, I was honestly like, you know what, bro? Fuck it. I have nothing else better to try right now. I'm just doing a whole bunch of shit. I'm working. I just want to make some money. I just want to get rich, bro. So, I just dove in. I just said, fuck it. I created my Amazon account and just headed to the first store that was near me locally, started scanning, started learning, started watching a couple of videos, and I started to get hooked, right? At this time, I was already doing drop shipping for like a year and a half, maybe two. I wasn't good at it, but I was hands-on technical, so the Amazon storefront and whatnot, very easy, right? And none of this stuff is complicated at all. But I was hooked because I was like, holy shit. The one hurdle that was holding me back was marketing, and with Amazon, you don't have to run market, like you don't have to, your stuff sells naturally. We'll get into how later in this video, but that's what hooked me because that was the only thing that was holding me back because I couldn't get any sales. So I felt like this could potentially be something different, something big, and I never even heard of it before. Right? So in the early days, the first few sales, once I learned that you can actually sell products on Amazon, that's when I was like, holy shit. Like, it gave me a high. Not because it was like the money or anything. At the time, seeing $1,000 on your dashboard at 17, 18 years old when you're working for $200, $300, $400 bi-weekly paychecks, yeah, it's cool. You're excited. You're like, holy shit, bro, I'm going to get rich as fuck. But the reason I was more excited was because I actually saw what was genuinely possible with making money online. That's all I had ever wanted, bro. I just wanted to sit on my laptop or just do something on my own to make money online. And with that, I felt like I found it. I didn't have a mentor. I was just kind of going from YouTube to YouTube video, probably like how you are right now watching this video, just trying to find something or trying to learn more in depth about the business model. I didn't really have any real structure. This was kind of just like a side hustle to me type project thing because I was balancing trying to get into college. I was working, right? I was trying to play college football, so I was working out a lot, trying to grind on that. So I was doing a whole bunch of different things, but I had something that was bringing me in income, and I was like, okay, this might work, right? But I wasn't fully in, right? I wasn't fully committed, right? And because of that, I was making mistakes and big ones at that. 4 years later, looking back now, they still cost me till this day. All right, my very first Amazon account that I ever created was deactivated for violating Amazon dropshipping policies. I didn't read the fine print, right? I listed items. Basically, I was buying items from Walmart, and whenever I had an order onto, it was Walmart or Home Depot. Whenever I got an Amazon order, you can actually see pictures right here. This is a Home Depot product. It's like a grease gun kit, whatever. It's a tool kit, right? I was buying this. You can see this was 2022. Right, this is 3 years ago. So I was doing this for a little bit at the time. I was hitting. I remember this day up here. Let me see if I can actually turn on a laser pointer here. Boom. Yeah, right here. I remember this day. I was so mad because I was literally less than $50 off from a 10K month, and I was like, bro, like it was. I think this was Amazon resets at midnight West Coast time, so this is almost 3 a.m. You can't really see in this picture, but this is a 2 and then a.m. This is m. Actually, no, you can see it 2:25 a.m. So yeah, Amazon resets at 3 a.m. Eastern or 12 West Coast. So I was sitting here waiting for one more sale, or like 1 or 2 more sales to get my 10K month, and it didn't happen. So that motivated me even more to hit it the next month, right? But obviously the last day I had my best day and still couldn't hit it. But anyway, sidetracked here. You can see that this product, we're buying it for, I was buying it for $229 on Home Depot. And whenever I got an order, I would ship it to the customer on Amazon. We can see right here, I was selling it for $440. And I was just shipping it direct. So I'd make like probably maybe like $200 on this item, and this thing was selling a decent amount, right? So this item was making me a good amount of money. back in the day. Right, but you cannot do it that way, right? And I didn't know that at the time. You can't just like buy an item and ship it directly to them, right? Because that's against Amazon's terms of service. And I got my account suspended. Let me write myself here. I got my account suspended because of like this Amazon policy. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but pretty much, right? I lost all the money I had to my name at the time because it's super hard to get back. And even still to this day, I have like $30,000 still just chilling in that account. And I can't really do much about it. So I didn't know what I know now at the time. And if I had a mentor or somebody to just guide me along the business model and how to actually do things the right way the first time, it saves you so much time, headache. Like literally, I would pay thousands of dollars to go back to that time period and not do this because it's cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars simply because of that. And I was stubborn, right? I had the money for mentorships a little bit at the time, but I was like, nah, I'll figure it out on my own. I'm the type to really figure it out on your own, and you can, but you just have to learn and find the right sources of information. And for me, I wasn't. So that's why it fucked me over in the end. And I felt like I got lied to. I was like, shit, like, this is like, where's all my money? You know what I mean? Like, I worked so hard for this. I feel like I just, was gifted something and then it was just stripped away from me. But what kept me going was, like, obviously I felt defeated. Part of it, like, my mom even gave me some money because I was running out of my own to keep buying products. I didn't have a credit card at the time. I was still 17. I 17, 18, I think I just got a credit card, something like that. So I didn't really have much to work with, and part of that was her money, so I had to pay her back once my account got deactivated too. It was a whole shit show and a whole mess, and I felt like, damn, like this is not good. But what kept me alive and actually what, fueled a fire inside of me was I saw the potential. And that was the first time where I was like, my perspective on money and everything had changed. And it's happened multiple times. It happens even to this day, where certain things will happen where your perspective on money changes. For example, when people get their first Amazon sale, typically what happens is their perspective on money changes where, oh, you can actually make money without having to physically be at a job or somewhere that's like you're hired to, you know what I mean? Like you can do this on your own and it can like run on autopilot. Autopilot meaning, I guess, 24 hours, right? Anyone can order something from you on Amazon at any time versus you're only making money at a job. So that's the first mind-bending concept here. So for me, since I already had those like reps and I already had that proof of concept, I knew that it was only a matter of time, right? So this was just a setback. And in business, you're gonna have that pretty much every single day. Like literally, business is just solving problems. Who can solve the problems the best, quickest? That's literally just business. It's a never-ending cycle of problem solving. And if you're coming into business or if you've been in business, whatever it is, and you think that there's going to be a day or a time period where there's just never a problem to be solved, you're not fit for business because there's always going to be something to solve or a problem to fix, right? But since I knew that, I knew that this shit worked now. I saw the money and I saw the opportunity. I just had to try again and actually do it the right way, right? This whole debacle could have ended somebody, right? Say somebody lost $30,000. Say you lost $30,000 trying an online business model. Most people would just give up and go back to, what they were doing. And I've seen it happen before. But what kept me going was the proof. I've already made thousands of dollars doing it the wrong way. What happens when I do it the right way? You know what I mean? And people are doing it at 10 times more volume because they were doing it the right way. So back in high school is when I really started all this. I mean, backtracking just a little bit here. This was going back to 2021. I was just a regular kid, man. I'm still just a regular person. I'm nobody special. I wasn't the smartest. Definitely not the richest. I'm from a regular town in Massachusetts. But I always had the gut feeling that, I was meant for something more. something way bigger than just your normal 9 to 5 that everyone around me was kind of just like settling for. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but my parents would come home from work, or my mom would come home from work every day, and she'd just be like tired, exhausted. And my dad would also come home from work. We'd come home, he'd play like his little like it was like a radio or whatever, radio station. He'd make dinners, kind of chill, watch TV, nightly news, just kind of chill for a couple hours and then go to bed and then wake up next day, same thing, over and over, repeat cycle. And I grew up watching it every day, and I was like, I don't want this to be me, right? Nothing against them. They grew up, they worked very hard for what they do, but I was like, I want my life to be a lot more eventful and funner than this. And part of what you need for that is money. And I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't like school. After like middle school, high school, after like middle school, I'd say, school, honestly, elementary, school stopped becoming fun. Right? And whenever I was in school, I was also playing football in high school. Right? I always wanted to be the best on my team. I started to fall in love with the game, and that was my passion. Like, that was me. That was what I was known for. Just a regular kid who hung out with his friends, worked at a pizza shop after school and on the weekends. Just regular shit, bro. But the whole time, I felt like I was wasting my potential, especially when it came to the classroom. On the football field, right, I was locked in. But teachers, and especially my parents, forced me to go to college, or they pushed it on me to where it was like the only option. Right? My parents would always tell me, school, school, school. School, school, school. College is the only way. If you're not a doctor, if you're not a lawyer, you're homeless. Those are the only two. And obviously we know that to not be the case. But the only reason I even went to college, honestly, for me personally, was just to play football. Right? And that's not good, going into debt just to do that, especially when you're not on scholarship. I played at D3 school, you guys will see. But I deep down, I didn't want to live my life on somebody else's terms. I hated the idea of showing up to a job, and I was doing that at 17, 18, and I hated it, right? So doing that for the rest of my life just to barely get by, that's why I would always look for something, a way to make money, a way out, ever since I was young, right? 13, 14. Fascinated by how to make money online videos, searching for anything that worked, bro. And back in the day, none of the videos that were out then, I feel like, were as sophisticated as they are now. Right? And I didn't have rich parents. I didn't have any special connections. They didn't know anything about online money, or how to do any online business stuff in the modern age. So it was literally all me. Like, I realized that very early on. Like, it's just me, bro. Like, there's nobody else who's gonna teach me, who's gonna save me. And all I had was just a dream, a desire, and the internet. The internet, the thing that you are using right now to watch this video on. That's all I had. And that's where it all started. And that's probably where you're at right now, too, if you're watching this currently. So, in the early days, you can see I started selling. You can see back here, this is my old job. You can see the haircut. Some Amazon orders. This is my card stack back in like 2022, right? We had the American Express business, just a couple random stuff on Walmart credit cards. So just some starter shit. I mean, bro, I was like 17, 18, I don't even know. Personal brand around that time too. I started building that up. You had like 2.9K followers during this time period. So just kind of slowly but surely building it up. But the one thing that still irks me till this day was that deactivated account. And let me be real with you. When I first started selling on Amazon, I didn't read the fine print, as most of us probably don't. You just skip, create the account. All right, cool, let's make some money, baby, right? Woo, right? I was hungry, but I moved sloppy. And on Amazon, you can't move sloppy, right? It's honestly hard to move sloppy. All right, so what happened, like I told you guys, I was doing the drop shipping from Walmart, from Home Depot, and just other websites and shipping it directly to the customer with no middleman type in between. You need that. You need yourself to be the record of fulfillment, not a third party. So, especially a retailer. So I didn't realize that I violated Amazon terms of service, and literally after a few months of selling, my first account got deactivated. So basically, I lost everything. I felt like a failure, had no mentor nor guidance, and it was just me trying to figure this out. You can see right here, your Amazon seller account has been deactivated and your listings will be removed because you were not sent us blah, blah, blah. And this account right here, I'm not going to go into the whole logistics of why it was deactivated and everything like that, but this was back in 2021. It's April 25th, 2025 at almost 4 in the morning when I'm recording this. I still have not been able to get this account back. So understanding that there are some things that if you do will cost you pretty much an infinite amount, right? So I spent months learning every single rule, every single policy. I made sure that this can never, ever happen again, right? And why should you even listen to this? Why does this matter? Because if you even have a thought of starting this or trying to start this, or it doesn't matter if it's Amazon or whatever you end up doing, you have to understand what it is deeply and really do your research so that you don't run into problems like this. And if you have somebody to guide you, then you should have nothing to worry about, right? So no shortcuts, no sloppy moves, just real sustainable business. Once I made another Amazon account. That one I couldn't get back, so I got back up and running, and I started the personal brand. Right on the screenshot before, you guys can see I had like 2.3K at the time. Rewinding here, starting the personal brand. At first, I didn't even really realize. I was literally just posting just to post and just saying, "Hey, I sell on Amazon. Like I'm just a regular kid. Like here, what's up?" I started documenting the journey. Right. Mainly Instagram. I didn't do YouTube. I didn't do TikTok, any of that. Right, just Instagram, sharing tips, posting products, sourcing, all that. Right. I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a team. No strategy. Literally just a phone. That's it. Just a phone, and say, hey, here's the value that I have to give to the world. Let me know if you guys like it. And people did. People started DMing me, asking me, hey, how are you finding this product? How are you making those sales? How are you scaling so fast, right? And I realized, this wasn't about making money, right? No. This was about bringing other people up with me, right? And what do I mean by that? It means that these people are reaching out to me, asking for my help. There's a reason. They trust me to privately message me, say, hey man, I'm struggling with this problem, and they believe that I'm the one, you believe that I'm the one to help you get to XYZ goal or overcome that problem. I realized that my content has a lot more power than just, hey, here's how to read a keeper chart. Do what you need with it. Like, people genuinely need this. So that's when I started taking my content seriously. I shared the wins, I shared the losses, the behind the scenes. I shared when my Amazon account got deactivated, right? All this stuff is posted and documented on my Instagram Reels literally since the beginning, right? Oopsie. Right? I didn't fake a lifestyle back then. I didn't have a lifestyle. I was literally in my college dorm room in my mom's basement back then. If you scroll back on my YouTube and my Instagram Reels, you will see that I was in my mom's basement in my college dorm room making videos, bro. And now I live in a fucking $5,000 a month penthouse. Is that not crazy to you guys? I dropped out, moved 1,500 miles across the country, and locked in and made this shit happen. And I have a 4-bed, 4-bath apartment that I was literally living in for like 3-4 months by myself before I told one of my buddies, hey, come move in, help me out with business. I'm bored. Imagine that, right? So I didn't have to fake a lifestyle. Why? Because I didn't have a lifestyle to fake, right? I was getting motivated by the Miami shit and all that. And now I'm living that. And honestly, it's cool, right? But It's like, okay, what's next, right? I've seen it all now. It's only been less than a year. So imagine that. It's not all it's cracked up to be, right? The goal is freedom. The goal has always been freedom, and I feel like you have to understand that coming into this, the goal is freedom. That's how all the FBA was born. You can see literally what I don't know what day this is. I had 2 followers, a 5-figure Amazon seller. Sign up to become an Amazon seller today. Now we got 13.2K on IG, 1,000, 2,000 on YouTube, something like that. I love each and every single one of you guys for supporting, and hopefully you're still watching. If you're watching this far in the video and you want my help, click the link down below to apply to work with me. But if you guys want to know what it exactly entails, then stick to the end. So I wasn't a guru, bro. Right? You can't call me a guru because I wasn't one. There's literally years of proof, videos, testimonials, all documenting the journey from a 5-figure Amazon seller to 2 million plus sold just for myself. Not even the students and all the other brands I work with, well over 2, 3, 4 M's. I don't even know how much. I just know it's 7 figures, and when it hits 8, I'll let you guys know, right? Sharing the blueprint, showing others how to break out of the system and just what I was doing, right? The system, meaning the system of, hey, I don't want to go to work, or I don't want to have to go to work, and that's the only way I know how to make money. Can you help me find another avenue or something to make money? That's the system that you need to break out of. And like I said, the goal has always been freedom. So showing people that, hey, this is genuinely possible, that's where I was like, holy shit, I need to do this, right? And playing football, being ass on my team when I first joined, because I was a freshman, sophomore. I never played the game before, right? Eventually being one of the only ones on my team to play in college for 3 years. Look at this. Imagine beating a team 82-0, bro. 82-0. That's crazy, right? Before business, before Amazon, all that, like I told you guys, I was a football player. It was everything to me. The discipline, the grind, the competition, the pressure, I thrived in it. Nobody told me to, hey, go to the weight room. You got to do this. Nobody told me, hey, go on the field at this time. You got to go do some ladders. You got to go do sprints. I would wake up and just go want to do it. Me and all of my friends, right? Because they were also played football. Like, they were in the same like-minded group. We all had the same work ethic. We wanted to outwork each other and make each other better, right? All these things are easily applicable and transferred very well over into business, right? The discipline, the grind, everything like that transfers very, very well over into business. And I played all throughout high school. I locked in on the field, and my dream has always been the NFL. Like, that's been my life dream, right, for a long time. And then I realized, hey, man, you're probably not gonna go to all the way to the league. And honestly, that was fine. That was fine with me. I just wanted to get rich. If I could do it playing the game I love, even better. But making it big, it was looking very much out of reach, especially after I got hurt. My grades started to slip, and that's when, I kind of had to just focus more on school and business. And in terms of school, I really just didn't give a fuck, honestly, because every single class that I went to, I didn't see the point of it. I was taking anthropology as a business major. Like, I was studying Indian history. No offense to your Indians out there, but I was studying Indian history as a business major who's supposed to be learning about the stock market and everything like that, yada, yada. Like, bro, it didn't make sense. And I was forced to. It didn't make sense. Plus, I'm paying thousands of dollars a year for this. Imagine that. So, football, taught me structure, which was there, right? You need structure, especially in a team sport, but the freedom wasn't. I felt stuck. And like I told you guys, I got injured, my grades started slipping, and every class, every assignment, something in me was like, damn, bro, I was like, is this worth it? Like, what am I doing, bro? Like, I could be doing anything else. And football taught me how to work, boys. Like, if I didn't do anything, or if I didn't do what I was told, or if I fucked up because I wasn't prepared or anything, there were repercussions, and football taught me that, right? So if you're an athlete, or you played sports growing up or whatever, I think applying those lessons, and I think I made a reel about this actually, applying those lessons into business will help you dramatically. The same hustle that I put on the field, I put right into business. The same drive to win and just level up is exactly what I brought to the table. So football showed me how to wake up early, grind through the pain, lead and bounce back from wins and losses. And coming from my deactivated account, trust me, we weren't beating teams 82-0 every single week. There were some bad losses. So understanding how all that incorporates into not only a better life, but a better human, better mindset, and everything like that, so that you can ultimately make more money and be free. Because like I said, I'll tell you guys this multiple times in this video, that's always been the goal, is freedom. So playing football, you can see this is actually college right here, college football. Playing football, my bad, camera cut out. So after playing football in high school, college, especially college, I won't lie, it was pretty fun, right? Still trying to make it work. It was fun at times. I went to college because that's mainly what my parents wanted me to do, and I really just didn't have the full income and confidence to drop out and just go all in because I had so much going on at the time. So I was sitting in class, I was just kind of half-assing and doing whatever. Professors were teaching me stuff that I wasn't going to fucking use, and especially when it came to business stuff, like these professors were teaching me stuff that I already knew from running an Amazon business for a couple years prior to even being in college. So I was like, bro, there's no point in me being here. And my mind just kept drifting. I used to just go be in class sourcing Amazon products, trying to look different shit up and, just take notes, not on what they were teaching me, but how to get better in business while in business class. And just really build something real, because that's all I wanted. So I was living two lives, basically, right? The athlete slash student and the hustler slash make money online kid. But no one really knew this one yet, only a few people, right? And there was a turning point that really happened for me. This came around junior year, which is pretty much almost a year ago from when I'm posting this, right? I really started to realize that the degree that I was going for wasn't really going to give me the life that I wanted, the freedom that I wanted. I didn't want to work with somebody else for 40 years, clock in. I was an accounting and finance major. I guess I'm going to be an accountant, but but I hated it. I hated the fucking debit and credit bullshit. Bro. And that's the easy part of accounting. So I made the hardest decision, right, of my life. My life, my parents' lives, and I had a breakthrough moment one day in college. Like I said, pretty much a year ago to when I'm recording this, a little bit less than a year ago, it might be, I want to say 10, 11 months. Right, there was a point where I felt stuck, right? I was running my Amazon business, I was doing this, I was making 5, 6, 7K on the low end, maybe 12, 13K on the high end as a college student. So that's pretty good, right? I was blowing it all in school and whatnot. But I remember sitting in my dorm and I was scrolling on YouTube, right? Because my YouTube is filled with this make money online stuff and business and motivation and yada yada. And I was seeing videos like this. You guys might know this guy, right? Brez. POV, you made 75K this month at 20, but still can't sleep. I was seeing videos like that, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I'd never seen numbers like that in a month. I was like, what? And they're not influencers. They weren't these old business guys or whatnot. They're just regular 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds like me and everyone else around me. And when I was actually watching their videos, it was like, holy shit, this kid's just so regular. He's just a regular human being. What makes him so different? What makes him so special? But he just locked in and actually did something different, right? They weren't working 9-to-5 jobs. They weren't in school, right? They were just living crazy fucking lives. And that's what I was like, holy shit. Driving Lambos, traveling whenever, making 10, 20, $100,000 a month. I was sitting there, I was like, bro, imagine $100,000 in my bank account in 30 days. That's like 3K a day plus. Imagine that. $100,000 going into your bank account for 30 days worth of work. That sounds great, right? But then I realized like there's just completely higher levels in this game. But I was watching all these videos and I wasn't getting jealous. I wasn't like, oh, scammer, oh, daddy's money. No, 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 no. Like I told you guys, I already had the proof of concepts. I knew this wasn't real. I was just looking for a way to get to the next level. And I wasn't dumb, I just didn't have a blueprint. So I locked in on Amazon fully, went all in. And prior to this, I've had good months. I've had record months. I hit 100K months revenue before, but profit-wise, still yet to hit the first $100,000 per month profit. So I just dove in, watched everything I could, took notes, tripled my knowledge about Keepa, SellerAmp, which I will get to very shortly. And I realized I was pretty much half-assing this entire business model the whole time, right? These kids on YouTube that I was watching, they're not fucking special. I'm not special. If you go to my YouTube videos in the past, you can see I'm not special. I'm just a regular person. But we locked in and we do something different that's going to yield a way higher return than what the average person is doing on a day-to-day basis, right? So that's when I decided, bro, I'm done. All right, I'm done waiting. I'm done playing small. I was hurt at the time, so I couldn't even play football. I was ineligible for like 2-3 months, anyways, prior. So because my grades were bad, my grades were ass. So just a whole bunch of different things, and I was like, you know what? After this semester, I'm just gonna do it. Right? And the videos inspired me. Videos just like this, videos like the ones that I post on my YouTube, they inspired me, and I was like, holy shit! Like the first sale for me wasn't money; it was proof that holy fuck, my life can genuinely change. Right? So, what did I do? I said, fuck it, bro. I said, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to go all in. I already have been doing this for so long, and I've never seen numbers like that before. So I was like, all right. I dropped out, moved 1,500 miles across the country, got my own apartment. This is just for a picture. Here's the very first one. Got my own car, very first car. Right. The first win, right, it was like a fire to me, that very first sale. And school, football, my environment, it all felt like a dead weight at the end of the day, honestly, right? Especially environment, being around college kids and trying to make, like you see guys right there, $100,000 a month, and you got college kids who are already getting over, hey, can you Venmo me $5 for lace? Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, no, right? But I get it, because when you have 20, 30, 40 bucks in your account, that $5 means something. So I just didn't want to be around that anymore. I knew there was so much more, right? And I knew that doing something like this and getting the results that I genuinely wanted, I could not be half in, half out, right? Trying to build an online business while stuck in the same cycle. Classes I didn't care about, people who don't think like me, right? Who aren't like-minded, because I would try and bring my friends up too, and they just weren't really about it. Everyone's always like, oh yeah, bro, let's start a business, make money. Bro, nobody's trying to do that, bro. Nobody's gonna do it, bro. You have to be the one to fucking do it. All right. So I said, fuck it, bro. Let's do it. Let's go to the city of dreams. No plan B, no what ifs, no, oh, or what if this doesn't happen? No, we're just bet on myself. I just bet on myself, because you are the only person you can bet on at the end of the day to get the shit done, whatever it is in life. So if you bet on yourself and you let yourself down, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? So I packed up, took everything I had, moved to Florida. New city, new energy, no distractions. I told myself, you got one shot, brother. Make this work. Go home broke. And the pressure, well, see what it did. So after locking in, hit Florida. You can see right here, like I told you guys, videos just like this I got to make because of the work ethic and videos that I was watching a year ago, probably in your shoes, inspired me to make these changes. And I started meeting a whole bunch of different people. I started getting invited to all these different events, these trips, and networking with some of the guys, top guys in a whole bunch of different spaces, niches, business models, whatever you want to call it, right? And I just cut off everything that didn't align with the dream life that I wanted. Once I saw the potential and what was genuinely out there, like there's no turning back. All right, so for months I just learned the game inside and out, and slowly but surely things just started building on top of each other. So nowadays, that's just like a quick little backstory of me. I know that was a little bit long, but nowadays, right, I have a 7-figure Amazon business. I don't know why it says 6. I have a 7-figure Amazon business. I coach I've coached hundreds of people, helped hundreds of people get their first sale or escape their 9-to-5s, start selling on Amazon, start making money online, whatever you want to call it. I have people in all different avenues, all different walks of life who have come to me, and I've helped a bunch of people reach whatever goal it is that they are looking for on Amazon, and I'll actually show you guys some real results here in a little bit. My brand, all day FBA, YouTube, Instagram, it's everywhere. So my job is to just find new ways to scale, help my students hit their first 10, 20, 50, $100,000 months, and just expand my business, wholesale catalogs, and agencies. So that's what I'm doing nowadays, right? You can see literally right here, this is my this is my childhood room. My basement, this was posted in June 18th, 2023. This has about 1,000 views. This one, literally a year ago. This is my college dorm room a year ago. And now, oh shit, this one, 2,000 views this year, 90K last month printed. So you can see the evolution. Nobody that you guys are following in the space where you guys are actually learning from has a pipeline like this, where you can actually go back and trace and see back where they first started, right? Because I wasn't always posted up like this. This was not always my setup with this view in the background, and I was not always pumping this amount of volume and ripping $5,000 days while at the field, and it's like 10, 11 p.m. You know what I mean? Like, that's not like a thing that just happens in regular day to day. So being the one to actually set all this up, brother, it's a genuine possibility. So now that you guys understand a little bit, why am I telling you this, right? Why did I just sit here for 15, 20 minutes and tell you all this, right? Because I was you. I know what it's like to be broke. Damn, my mic just flicked up. I know what it's like to be broke, lost, and then trying to look for how to make money online. What's the best business model to start, right? I know what it's like to watch others win and wonder, what am I doing wrong? Why not me? I know the feeling of having potential. You know deep down you have potential. You know you're meant for more, but having no direction. I already told you, boys, I'm not special, right? I'm not. I just locked in on something that's different and actually works. And now, in the rest of this video, I'm going to show you the exact systems and business model, how to run it, of how I got to where I'm at today. Right? Look at this beautiful Miami view. Look at these orders, $100,000 months, $45,000 weeks. This shit is insane, boys, right? But it's not about me. This is not about me. It's about what's possible for you, because I wish I had somebody genuine who has been through all the mistakes and everything, who could show me what it's actually like to run a real Amazon business back in the day, because I didn't have a video like this back in the day to watch, analyze, study, understand, and actually execute on. I didn't have that. So making that for somebody who could potentially be in my shoes is exactly why I'm making this and why I'm telling you all this today, right? So who is this for? Who is this business model for, and who is the rest of this video for? If you're sick of working a job, living paycheck to paycheck, and you know deep down that you just want to try something and you want to make something work, this is for you, right? If you're tired of working, I've helped people go from working at an Amazon warehouse to actually selling on the fucking platform itself and making money. It's insane, right? So if you're tired of working, and obviously this is not going to happen overnight, but you can genuinely replace your job with this business model. Amazon is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's only going to get bigger, right? If you've tried online or other side hustles before or other ways of making money online, and they haven't worked before, nothing's really clicked, right? Or you've made a little bit of money, but you're just looking for something real, right? This is for you, right? If you want freedom, like I said, freedom has always been the goal. That will always be the goal of time, location, financial freedom, right? This is for you, all right? My biggest goal in life is to retire my parents. Don't tell them that, but take care of your family, live on your own terms. How do you do all that? You need money. If you want a real business model that actually generates you thousands of freaking dollars a day, this is for you, right? If you're actually willing to lock in, put the work in, and genuinely this takes 3-6 months, you're going to see genuine, real cash flow results and build something real, right? Because we're not just flipping products, and I'm going to show you this can turn into a real, genuine $1 million business, right? When executed properly, and I'm going to show you exactly how, right? And if you want a community of people who are genuinely hungry, like-minded, who are grinding and striving to become better financially, mindset, wealth, religion, everything like that, all facets of life, this is for you, right? You don't need a business degree. You don't need any Amazon online business experience, anything. You don't need thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to start. All you need is hunger, dedication, and actually be a genuine action taker, and the belief that you can genuinely generate these types of numbers, right? Because you can. It's not that hard, and I'm going to show you how, right? I'm not saying that you're going to become $1 million overnight. I'm not saying you're going to do $173,000, $4,000 or $5,000 and have 64.29K fucking in your current balance waiting to be transferred in your bank account tomorrow. Obviously not, and you know that. But these numbers are real, and just even getting a fraction of that just to start off, showing you how to get that and how to get there, right? Who is this not for? Right? If you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, click off the video right now, right? If you want to go to Cash App Glitch or something else, right? Because this is a real business model that genuinely takes time, right? It's not going to take you 3 months to see your first dollar, but like I said in the last slide, you're not going to be a millionaire overnight, right? This takes time to build. It took me 4 freaking years to get to where I am. Of course, I've made a ton of mistakes. So if someone like you cut that by 75%, but that still leaves you with 1 year, right? You still have to be in the game for 1 year to see real, genuine results, right? But days like this, 20K days, you can hit this. 7K days, you can hit this, right? This is total 27K day for one client, right? So you think somebody who's sitting on the couch scrolling on TikTok all day long is able to hit a 27K freaking day? No, right? If you're not willing to invest your time or money, click off the video, right? If you're comfortable with where you're at in life, there's no reason to watch the video because you're not going to take action. You're fine, right? So I'm not saying if you're uncomfortable, as in you're broke, you're on your last dollar, do this. No, that's not smart. Save, invest. But if you're looking for something alternate or just another route, or just you want to replace something, you just want to do something different, all right? But if you're comfortable with where you're at in your life, there's no reason to do this because you're not going to take action. So you're wasting my time and you're wasting your time as well, honestly, brother. So that's not for you. If you think you can watch this and not execute and, just kind of, spend the next hour and a half just kind of, going through the rest of the video, right, this really isn't for you because there's really no point, like I said, right? If you expect results without putting in the work, it's not for you, like I said. Right, you have to put in the inputs every single day, and I genuinely force my students to put in inputs in order to even speak with me, booking calls with me. I say, hey, you gotta source these amount of products. You gotta do these exact steps before you even hop on a call because All right, there's no reason to. I already given you everything. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like here in a second. Overall, this is not magic. It's a system. It's a business, right? And you have to operate it like one at the end of the day. So this cannot be you on a daily basis if you want to hit these types of numbers. Business only works if you do. All right, so now that we've gone over kind of like my backstory, the overview, who's the business model is for, right? Now we can actually get into the nitty-gritty, the meat, explaining the business model, how I generated 7 figures at 19 years old. I'm 21 years old now, but at 19 I already hit 7 figures on Amazon. So here's how it works, right? Take out a note, paper. This is where you really want to start jotting down some notes from this video. Selling on Amazon is very, very simple. All we are doing is finding profitable products. We are selling brand name items that people are buying and searching for every single day, right? Think of your Nikes, your Crayola, your Adidas, your Dove, your Lipton teas, I don't even know what other products off the top of my head, right? But think of all these name brand products that you're buying every single day, right? If you have any trouble of thinking something, go in your bathroom, go in your cabinet. I just looked up at my whiteboard, Expo markers, boom. We're finding products, and all we're doing is buying them for low and selling them for higher on Amazon, right? It's super simple. There's so many different avenues of where we can buy the products, all right? But at the end of the day, that's all it is. That's all business has ever been. Buy low, sell high, right? We're just taking advantage of the Amazon platform. And how do we buy low, sell high? Why can we buy low, sell high? Well, since Amazon, sorry, there's something in my eye. Since Amazon has millions of customers, right? We don't have to run the ads there. Customers are already looking for these products naturally, right? For this specific method that I'm going to show you guys, mainly, right, we're buying from online or retail stores. So think Walmart, Target, Home Depot, like I mentioned earlier. Right. So when you're buying from these stores, right, they usually have all these name brand products. Sometimes they have coupons, discount codes, whatnot. So you can actually buy products for cheaper and make more money selling them on Amazon using that, right? But all we're doing is sending these products off to Amazon, or whenever we get an order, we sell it ourselves. When we send the product off to Amazon, they take care of every order individually. We just send like a bulk shipment of all the products that we have, if that makes sense. So there are two different ways, but at the end of the day, that's really it. Buy low, sell high. We profit from the difference. So we have a profit calculator that determines, okay, here's how many times this product is selling. Here's how many times you should expect to sell this product per month. Here's how much you should make. And I'll show you guys what that looks like here in just a second. But that's all it is. Buy low, sell high, rinse, repeat, find as many products as you can, and start moving into higher leverage plays with Amazon, which I will explain here. But this is how we do it. This is my first 10K day, 10.3K back in 2021, July. And yeah, that's how I got students doing 233K in a week. That's all it is. So this isn't just flipping products from your couch though, right? The highest level of Amazon FBA has so many things that 99% of people don't even talk about, which is why I know this is going to be one of the best videos about this topic on YouTube, right? We are going store to store, right? Say Walmart, Home Depot, Target, all that. That's fine, right? But just to give you guys a quick overview of the even higher level plays of Amazon, the first tier up would be wholesale, right? So say you have, for example, Expo, right? You have Expo markers. I would try and find a distributor or wholesaler who is authorized to sell Expo products, right? Not Expo themselves, but another, local distributor. Say you're in LA, find a distributor or wholesaler in LA, go to them, purchase Expo products underneath them, right? And now I can sell in bulk, and I'm probably getting cheaper pricing than just going to say Walmart or Target, right? That's the first barrier up. The next barrier up would be actual brand direct. So Expo might be a little bit too big of a brand, but let's just use that for example. We'll contact Expo directly and say, hey, we want to work with you and become direct brand partners. And now you have a direct relationship with the brand and you can work on a couple of different things, which I will show you here very shortly. All right. I should actually probably have switched these, but once or if you do become a brand direct partner, you don't have to. But the third, and you guys have probably seen this business model around, it's called freelance brand scaling. All it is really SMMA, just running Facebook ads for brands, right? The thing is, though, we've been doing this forever, right? So when you contact a brand, most likely, sometimes they're going to be on Amazon, sometimes not, right? We can already incorporate brand scaling into our pitch and services, and we're already making so much money on the back end with this. And all this is running Facebook ads. Anybody and their mom can run Facebook ads, right? It takes 30 minutes to learn, right? But now, instead of just doing this simple Facebook ads, okay, boom, you're actually, one, selling their products on Amazon, so you're making money there. You're helping them with their Amazon listings, so you're getting paid there through actual service-based stuff. All right, there's so many different things that I will go over very, very shortly, but understand that all these people right here, right, they're not leveraging Amazon the way that we are, which is why they have a good business model. Ours is better because we have multi-channel, right? And then Prep Center is here. This is like drop shipping. Basically, whenever you order your inventory, instead of ordering it to your house, you order it and you ship it to a third-party warehouse. So, for example, you live in LA, you would ship your stuff to a warehouse in Montana, and then they'll take care of all the shipping for you, so you really don't have to touch anything. This is another higher leverage stage to Amazon, which I recommend some of my students who are doing, say, like 20, 30K a month to start getting into. But, right, it's more than just going store to store and flipping products. So I just want you guys to understand the scope of what's actually out there and possible. And when it comes to the actual brand scaling side, right, actually just running marketing for brands, it could be any brand or business, right? This shit isn't new. Like, this shit's been around forever, especially when it comes to like Amazon stuff. You can see how to contact brand name suppliers. This is a year ago, 2 years ago, right? This been around, right? This is nothing new, especially in the Amazon game. So right here, you know, we can see this is like the LA area. Just beauty and personal care products for brands who are doing 50 to 250K a month. There are over 133 right here in LA, 25, and they're scattered alone. This is one tiny cross segment of the country, and we have hundreds of brands here that we can contact and work with, right? So here I actually found one, Biomimic, I think it was, and when we actually go to Forever Bloom is their actual brand name. Forever Bloom, we can see this brand is doing $313.2 thousand a month on Amazon, and they have third-party sellers, so third-party being people like me and you. And we can see this is their Instagram right here, 680,000 followers. They have pretty good engagement, but they're not running any Facebook ads. They're not running any Facebook ads. Like I said, anyone can learn Facebook ads in 30 minutes. So these brand scalers are teaching you how to do this, but on Amazon, we can also leverage and sell their products on Amazon as well. They're not teaching you how to do that, right? So with that, when you actually have your stuff really down packed, you're getting paid stuff like this, $4,000 from a business to help run their advertising, not only on Amazon, but also on Facebook and everything like that on the back end. So the truth about selling on Amazon is there is so much that you can do. It might seem overwhelming at the beginning, but, right, you don't have to invent anything. All of this is pre-vetted for you. This business has been around for years, right, and it's not going anywhere, right? You don't need to run ads or marketing. Like I said, say, for example, you have Expo. People already know Expo, and if they go on Amazon and are looking for Expo, they're there for a reason. You don't have to run any ads. Now, you can run ads to boost your listing, but it's definitely not necessary, right? Understand that Amazon is not passive either, too, right? So if you sell a product, you're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to ship it out, however it is you do it. But I would say with a prep center, you can get around 80-85% passive, but even then, you still got to find products on your own. So nothing in life is ever passive. Get that out of your mind. That should not be in your vocabulary when it comes to business is passive, all right? So there are always products to sell, millions of products to sell. Trust me when I say this. We help you find products and we show you how to find products. So there should never ever be a time where you don't have products to sell. And right, Amazon is just a vehicle, right? You don't need to love Amazon. You don't need to love this business model. It's just a vehicle for us to get freedom. And at the end of the day, that's all we really want. So it doesn't matter if this is a flashy business model or whatever, right? We're here to make money. So most people fail simply because they quit too early. That's really it. That's what I've seen. I've seen so many people come in and out of this game, fizzle out, and then, they're just kind of done, right? If you really want to be a dog in this game, you have to play the long game, all right? So one of the cool things about Amazon and why I've been playing the long game is because there's no ads. You don't have to run ads or marketing. Take Lipton, for example. Everyone, like, people know this brand. You can see this has 578 reviews, almost all 5 stars. Right now, this is selling around 50, 100 times a month. So this example of one product, brands have already done all the marketing for us. If somebody goes on Amazon and looks for searches up Lipton, they are like, they already know what they're looking for. You know what I mean? So why do I think Amazon is better than honestly every other business model? Now, obviously, this is going to be saturated, but I want to give my true and honest opinion. Amazon FBA versus dropshipping, it's so easy to, like, Amazon, obviously, because you don't have to run marketing. That's the only thing, right? Dropshipping, you got slow shippings, refunds, chargebacks, you got to pay for ads. Customers don't trust random Shopify sites, honestly, not anymore. And you can get banned pretty easily and your payment processor frozen. Versus Amazon, people trust, know, like, and Amazon, right? It's so much more higher converting if you have an Amazon store. You don't got to run ads. You don't need to run any funnels or anything like that, marketing, email, SMS. Just put up an Amazon store. Put up a listing. You're good, all right? So Amazon versus dropshipping, Amazon easily takes the cake. Amazon versus SMMA, obviously Amazon's better because SMMA, you're always hunting clients. You got to go from client to client, especially most likely your service delivery honestly isn't even that good. So you're going to always be struggling to find clients. And if a client leaves, you're back at zero. So it's hard to automate the whole process. You just got to take a whole bunch of time. You got to outreach, right? Amazon, there's no cold calls, there's no outreach. You don't need to sell your time for money to another client, right? You have actual real products and you're in control, right? If you don't work, then Amazon business doesn't make money, but hey, that's fine, right? Because you chose not to. You're not at the will and mercy of somebody else, all right? So lastly, crypto trading. I don't think this one needs too much of an explanation. Trading is quite literally pretty terrible unless you have couple $100,000 to work with and you are willing to burn it all in the next 2-3 years just to even learn or attempt to become profitable, whatever that means. So that's really my take on the business models. And bottom line is, right, Amazon is just more stable than dropshipping. It's more scalable than SMMA, and it's more predictable than trading, more lucrative when you play it smart. And the best part is, bro, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The blueprint that we've been following for years and the blueprint that I'm about to give you works as long as you just follow it. Look at this beautiful nighttime vibe right here. All right. So why do most people suck? Why do most people suck at selling on Amazon? Alrighty, boys, we are back. So like I was saying, also, by the way, I got my hair done. It's the next day. So I told you guys earlier in the video I was getting it done. So why most people suck at selling on Amazon? The very first reason is because 99% of people don't even start, right? They don't even create the account. You just wait for the perfect time. Oh, I'm going to wait till I get more money. I'm going to wait till I get more cash flow, yada, yada. And that time never comes, right? What happens if you just keep doing the same things that you're doing right now before you were watching this video? Or so you watch this video and you just keep doing what you're doing. You're going to stay in the same spot. How do you advance? Well, you do things that you haven't done before. Simple as that. The second part is you're afraid to spend money. People are afraid to spend money. What if I lose money? What if the product doesn't sell? But we are making calculated decisions, right? Of course, not everything is going to go our way every single time, but That's business. That's life. If did you ever expect anything to go? Obviously, you want to hope for the best, but it's just business. That's life. But obviously, we are learning a skill here, and we're trying to generate the best possible outcome and the most amount of money. We're not taking shots in the dark. That's not what this is, right? And that's what some of the other business models, especially like when I said drop shipping earlier, for me, that's what it felt like. I was taking shots in the dark, and I didn't have any clarity. With Amazon, you have full clarity on what's selling, how to buy it, where to buy it, how much you can buy it for, how much you can sell it for. All you have to do is put yourself in between that sales process and you will make money. Number 3 is analysis paralysis. And this is even something that I struggled with in the beginning, which is you're just watching video after video after video after video. I promise, after you finish watching this video, this is the only video that you need to watch, right? Besides maybe some other tutorial, little tips and trick based videos, which I already have on my channel. But this should be the only video that you need to watch to get started selling on Amazon or scale your business up, right? Stop going from video to video, analysis paralysis, and never actually pressing the buttons on your computer to start. That is the number one mistake that 99% of people make, not even just in Amazon, but in business and in life, especially when it comes to this online business thing, because people are skeptical. You're skeptical, and you have to, that's the first barrier to you making money that you have to remove from your mind. Number 4 is you give up after one loss. Do you know how many students have come to me and they've tried Amazon once and say it didn't work out for them a month or two? They gave up. I'm like, bro, I was doing this for almost 2 years and I lost 30 bands, $30,000. And you want to try it for a month, lose a couple hundred and be like, oh, it doesn't work? That's why you're still in the same position, and that's why I'm where I'm at, right? And it's nothing against you, but it is in a sense, as in you genuinely did not try. You didn't try, right? You think you're going to get rich in online business in 30, 60, 90 days, but no. You're not going to get rich in 30, 60, 90 days. And if you do, congratulations. You're an anomaly, and you deserve it. God gave you a special gift, good opportunity, good timing, but anything worth having in life is going to take time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears. But to me, this was a lot worth it because it had so much more potential and upside, and I made it work. You genuinely only have to work for a year, 2, 3 in this space, online business, to change your life. Sometimes even 6 months, a year can change your life, and that's what it did for me. So if you know that, versus people who work 5, 10, 15, 20 years to even make a fraction of the amount of money that's possible in this space, it just doesn't make sense to my mind logically, which is why I just said, why would I go the other route? You know what I mean? Like, it didn't make sense. And honestly, if you just give up in this online business space, like, you're a bitch, bro. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to go back to work in a regular job after you know that this exists? You're just a bitch, all right? Number 5 is no accountability and guidance. This is something I really wish that I had. Because if I had guidance, I would not have had this big fat, your account has been deactivated on my accounts, and I wouldn't have made the mistakes that I had, right? Which is why you're watching this video. You're looking for guidance, right? So no one is there to improve, show them how things are done, correct their mistakes. I was just raw dogging it all on my own, doing this all by myself, and I made some money. I made progress, but eventually it led to my downfall for a very, very long time. Number 6 is doing too many different things at once, right? I was trying to do drop shipping, eBay, this, and that, which is why I was only getting half-ass results in the beginning until I really started to fully go all in, all right? You need to lock in on one thing and master it before you even consider adding something else, right? So locking in on one business model for me, this was the one I had proof of concept. I understood it made sense. I tried it a little bit and it worked. I went balls to the wall. That's exactly what you have to do. The second you create your account, you get your first sales up and running and you see real money on your dashboard, you have to go balls to the wall because now you have no excuse. There's literally nothing you can say to be like, oh, this does not work, right? And number 7, this is something I actually struggled with for a very, very long time, was you don't treat it like a real business, right? You're just kind of hopping around, you know, kind of side hustling it, right? There's a certain point where you realize the genuine scope of how far this can get you in life and how far, like, how much this can genuinely change your life. And you have to treat it like a real business. Also, the IRS is going to be coming after your ass once you really start making some money. So understanding that at a certain point, like, once you see that, okay, this is not just like a side hustle, like, this isn't just, some little quick flips, whatever. No, this is a business. Like, I can really turn this into something that, like, I genuinely own and call a business. That's when you really start taking it seriously, and it just goes up to the next fucking level. So at the end of the day, bro, the only way to fail in this business model is if you quit, genuinely, because every other thing here is solvable. And if you fail, then the only reason why is because you quit. That's pretty much it. So that's really I have to go and say about that. But I'm going to show you guys exactly step by step, down to the T, right? How I went from, like I showed you guys earlier, working at the pizza shop, pretty much broke. I would say broke. I don't even want to stretch it and say half broke. Yeah, stressed, stuck, trying to just build a profitable Amazon business and, my personal brand, everything like that, to how I find products that people struggle to find and flip them for profits. The exact systems that I use to generate 7 figures with this business model, while other people are struggling to even find products, get started, get ungated, right? I'm going to show you guys how we go about doing things. I'm going to show you guys how my students go from 0 to their first 10K, 20K, even $100,000 plus per month using my step-by-step blueprints. And I'm going to show you guys how to stop guessing, stop wasting your time, and actually lock in on a business model that works in 2025 and is going to work for many years to come after and has already been working for the past decade plus, right? And how to build something real and actually make your first dollar online or scale up whatever you're doing currently to the next level. All right, I'm going to show you it all. Right here you can see this example of a kid in my mentorship program. His name is Raphael. He was 14 years old when he first came to me. I think he's 15 now. $3,647 in a day on Amazon this past summer. And I'll show you exactly how he did it. But dude, this kid's 14 years old, and he did almost $4,000 in a day. This was like his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is his first week on Amazon. The 7th day he's been selling 3.6K. Right? So how is that possible? What is he doing? How is he selling it? Right? I'm going to show it to you all right here. Right? If you guys want a real system, a step-by-step process, how to turn 1K days, right? How to generate your first $10,000 online. I'm going to show you that exactly how to do it step by step. If you want a business that can eventually get you the freedom that you're looking for, or you can actually work from home. Here's another one of my students, Brandon. He quit his job and is doing this full time now, building an Amazon business and going from store to store, ordering products online, and just hustling. You can see this was back earlier this year. It's already over $250,000 just on Amazon alone. So building a real business that you can go from just a little side hustle to actually like having something that you own and is generating you thousands of dollars consistently, right? If you want to learn how to stop guessing and how to find winning products online, I know everyone likes to throw out this bold claim, oh, winning products, what does that look like, right? How to actually find those in a plug-and-play strategy and system to find those for yourself, and how I help others do that. And I've helped hundreds of other people in my Discord, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you want to find me at, how I teach them the same exact thing, because there are millions of products that you can sell, right? There's people say Amazon's saturated. It's not fucking saturated. People were saying that when I was in 8th grade, and I'm gonna turn 22 later this year, right? So think about that, right? It's all just from your perspective. Amazon is growing every single year, and you think it's saturated? Right? It's not true. If you want to escape the 9-to-5, right? I haven't worked. I told myself after that cashier pizza shop job, delivery driver, I was like, I will never work a job ever in my life, right? Not because I was like, oh, I wish, God, I wish I found. No, I knew that this shit was real. And I knew I was going to make something work. I just didn't know what it was going to be fully at the time, but I found something that gave me kind of the light at the end of the tunnel, and I just went all the fuck in, right? So if you're looking for that in your life, this is the video that you need to continue to be watching. And if you made it this far, then you already know that this is for you, all right? So how did it all start? Your first wins, right? How exactly did I get the ball rolling? If you're kind of in the position where you don't really know what to do, how everything works, right? For me, I literally just went to free library books. I had books at my house, and I was going to like clearance store to store. I was just selling books, bro. And you're probably like, books? What the hell? Books sell well on Amazon, and they were pretty cheap, and some of them were really, really profitable, right? It wasn't much, but it showed me that, okay, I can sell stuff online at decent volume and scale, and this actually works. Right after that, I started doing a little bit of drop shipping. My account got shut down, like I told you guys. And the reason why this matters is because I made the mistakes so that you don't have to, right? And my systems are built around that experience, not just random theories and YouTube videos and ChatGPT that was thrown together. No, I went through this and I said, okay, if I went through these problems, how can I build something so that anyone who is in my position, how can they avoid that and actually do 10 times better, right? So that's exactly what I have built here, right? So I studied how to do the business model the right way. I rebuilt it literally from zero. I learned how to do retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, wholesale, right? And now cooked over 400,000, up to 7 figures plus, and helping other people do the exact same thing. I'm going to show you step by step right now what that looks like. So this is called the 24/7 profit system. All day FBA, 24/7 profits. Who fucking knew, right? I know, bro. So anyways, this system allows you to make sales and money all day long, all night. All right, you can see right here in this screenshot, it was 1:30 in the morning, $10,000 day, right? And the day before that, what was it? $9,000 day. The day before that, it was like a 6-7K day, right? So literally for 3 days in a row, 6-7K, 8-9K, 10. I think we ended off that day at just over $11,000 for the day, right? So literally scaling up day by day, right? It's not a theory. It's literally a system, and I copy and paste it. It's not hard, right? And it's what I use. It's what my students use to find products and sell them on Amazon profitably. And I'm going to break it down for you right now. So if we go here, the following steps are for you to go from zero to your first $10,000, A to Z, and start making sales. No fluff, no guesswork, right? And by the end of this, you're gonna learn how to find products, how to sell them on Amazon, even if you haven't sold anything online, right? This is gonna allow you to understand what true freedom looks like, because it's gonna open your mind and you can see, oh shit, I can make money without having to be somewhere that requires me to clock in or whatnot. Pay attention. So where are we at? Boom. The 24/7 profit system is broken down into a couple steps, right? My system includes masterclass modules, right? So we have a full step-by-step training with documents, videos that go over each and every little segment in detail about Amazon, right? So if you need help for product sourcing, how to read a Keepa chart. A Keepa chart is basically software that we use that gives us data about every single product on Amazon. We can look at the price history, so how much it's selling for over time, how many people are selling it, how profitable it is, all the stats about a product, right? If you play video games, just think about it as like a stats thing for a product, right? If you need help understanding how to read it, what everything means, boom, you can see right here. I don't know if we can zoom in, but boom, we have a full document guide plus 2 videos on that, right? And this is something that pretty much every student that comes to my program, that's one of the first things that I have them really dial in, because if you can understand how, why a product is good, why it's selling, when to sell it, when not to sell it, every single thing, and you can master it, you'll be an Amazon god, right? So masterclass modules for every single aspect of the business model, how to understand seller ramp, the profit calculator, how to really make sure that you're making money on every single sale in your business, how to know if a product sells, right? Everything is wrapped up nicely for you so that all you have to do is go in, boom, 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 watch the modules, and you will understand how to go from nothing to being able to make your first dollar online or scale up your current business right here, right? Number two is product sourcing leads. So aside from you actually learning how to do the business model yourself, I also help you boost your way there, right? So we have weekly calls. I give you products so that you're not stuck, right? I give you a helping hand. And if you guys have ever used Discord, you can see I don't know how well you guys can see this, but you can see 24/7 Profits Product Finder, all the stats about the product. So where you can buy it, where you can sell it on Amazon, any coupons that come with it, the profit margin, everything like that, organized, bang you, so you get that notified, and then you just go out. And I also show you guys in the modules, in number one here, the modules, how to use these products to find even more products to sell so that your Amazon store can literally just grow. And the more products you sell, the more money you're making, right? So how to go about that. The third pillar to the 24/7 profit system is actual one-on-one access to me. So we can see right here, this is what it'll look like. If you guys are familiar with Discord, every single person inside of here has their own one-on-one channel where you can communicate, send me products and everything like that. And you get your own personalized custom framework for each and every single person, because not everyone's the same, right? Whenever people have one-on-one offers or programs or whatever it is, it's not truly one-on-one. It's just a copy and paste. Here, go do this, fill this out, boom, no, done. No. The reason why this works so well is because it is tailored specifically to you, right? Because if not, then it wouldn't work for everyone, right? So you get direct feedback on whatever products it is you're selling. You get direct feedback if you need help accessing, oh, which module do you think I should go back and refer to? Bang, I can easily help you with that. So there's so many different things in here. And lastly, number 4 is the actual systems to scale, right? So instead of using your cold hard cash, I can help you get access to stuff like this, right? $25,000. This is what we're using to buy products, right? Credit cards, business credit cards, not just any regular credit cards, business credit cards, right? This is how we're scaling up our Amazon business very fast, because now we don't have to use cold hard cash that's sitting on our bank account to buy products. We're leveraging business credit cards. We're getting cash back. We're getting rewards. We're building credit. Everything comes inside of a T, and now we can actually build a real empire and not just a side hustle using cash. So I'm going to show you guys a real example of somebody who I used the 24/7 profit system and plugged and played into his business, and he hit $10,000 his first week ever selling on Amazon, right? This is Xavier right here, and I'm going to show you step by step. You can see back here, this is June 23rd, 2024. He sent me a screenshot. He was at 8.5K on the week. Another 1K day. You can see right here, he was at a 2K day. So consistent sales. This was literally his first week ever selling. And I think he ended off the week. You guys can't see the screenshot here, but he ended off the week at 10.9K. So I believe, yeah, the day after he had almost another 2K day. This one right here is at 18.30K. You guys can't really see so far in the screenshot. It's a little bit tiny, but boom, you can see right here who's selling crayons. Eventually created his Instagram, and now he's documenting the journey, right? So this guy never ever started online business before, and he did I think pretty much 11K his first week ever selling on Amazon, right? So how? I'm going to show you. Masterclass modules, fast start. So when Xavier first came into the program, right, he joined around June, July, right around back to school season, right? So during that season, right, backpacks, crayons, colored pencils, right, all those back to school products are selling hot. But he's brand new, right? He doesn't know how to find these, what's selling, what's the best thing, how to get ungated, anything like that, right? So with the modules right here, I gave him a step-by-step video on how to get approved to sell these products on Amazon right? And even though he never did online business before, within 24 hours, he was ungated for Crayola using my strategies. He learned how to find Crayola products, how to list them, how to ship. No confusion, literally a full step-by-step breakdown. I didn't have to sit there on a call with him for 2 hours. It's just bang, bang, bang. Watch the videos, check. You have a quick question, shoot it in the Discord. Oh, okay, boom. The link doesn't work. Oh, my bad. Refresh. Okay, cool. That's it. Boom. All right, learn the game before you play. I want you guys, each and every single person who comes into my program, to really understand how we do things, but also why we do things, because those are the two very most important things, right? So because when I first got into Amazon, I just wanted to know the how, right? I didn't care about the why because I just wanted to make money. So I thought in order to make money, you just need to learn the how. No, you have to understand the why as well, because that's probably twice as important, if not, yeah, it's probably twice as important as twice as important than the how. My bad. I thought I could just first jump in, list products, get some sales, and boom, right? Well, like I said, the why is important. I didn't understand why we have to do it a certain way, right? I didn't take time to understand the foundation, and that cost me my entire business when I first started. So for each and every single one of my students, I reverse engineer that, and I make sure that they understand the full foundation and scope of Amazon before they even sell a singular product, right? Because if not, they're going to fuck up just like I did, and I don't want that, right? So, of course, you guys know I was doing drop shipping. I got account health violations. I didn't know how to vet products. I didn't understand on gating, and I got my first account suspended, right? That's why I hound my students that mastering the foundation is key first. If you don't learn the basics, you're going to make beginner rookie mistakes. That's going to cost you time and money, right? Which are the two most important things in our lives here in the modern era. So if you're losing both of those, you're not going to be a pretty happy camper, right? So if you want to skip this, then you're just going to hit a wall, right? So that's why if you take the long road and you just fully understand, you're going to be better off in the long term. Right, so here we have full course modules, right? So everything broken down, boom, boom, boom. Lesson 1, 2, 3, how to do everything, and all the softwares that we use. We honestly, like I said, we just use Keepa, which is track sales history, price trends, the demand for the product, and this is a non-negotiable. Like, you need Keepa if you're an Amazon seller. I have so many students that come to me and they're not using Keepa in their business, and I'm like, all right, that's the number one thing we have to get down, because this is the most important software. Number 2 is SellerAmp. This is just a profit calculator and sourcing tool that we use, so it just helps you calculate and make sure you're actually making money on the products that you're selling. Be Cool, slightly more advanced. This is just a repricing tool, so prices are constantly changing on Amazon. So this is an AI that does it for us. And then Rakuten, this is just a Chrome extension so that we can get paid to shop. So for example, if you buy a $100 item, say the cash back's 10%, you're getting $10 back in just the form of a check or your PayPal account at the end of the quarter every 3 months. From Rakuten, just for checking out with the Chrome extension. Like, it's literally free money to shop. Everyone thinks it's a scam. I don't know why, but this has been around for years. It's wonderful, and there are tons of extensions just like this. Rakuten and Top Cash Back are like the two main ones. But here, right, here's a live product example. This is one that Xavier himself was actually selling. So you can see he just got his first sale. Yeah, I don't want to dox. Okay, so he got his first sale. Boom. You can see we were buying them for 50 cents a box. And right here, they were selling for $25. So at a $6 buy cost for a 12 pack, 50 cents a box, is going to get a $6 buy cost price. These are selling over 1,000 times a month and selling them for $25 plus. You can see we're making $7, over 100% return on every single sale for this product. And there were a bunch of these listings around, right? You can see, like, we were getting these from Walmart, Target, a whole bunch of different places. So a real live product example of something that my students were selling and made money on Amazon, right? Here's another example, Dr. Teal's. You can get this for $10 at Walmart. You can't get it anymore, but we were getting this for $10 on Walmart. You can see this product has 700 reviews at the time. This was selling, it says over 100 times a month. It was honestly selling more than that. But we got it for 10. We were selling it for 25. We're making $6 every single sale, 60% return on investment. Name me a place that you're getting a constant 60% return on investment, right? Stock market's not doing that. Bonds, dividends, none of that's doing that, right? So high ROI, good profit margin, and you can see right here us having to go back to the store, load up, and you can see right here real orders, right? Because anyone can just put in a price and say, oh, I was selling this for 23, 24, and I was making money, right? But showing you real orders, this is November 22nd, 2024, right? Order date, boom, right here. Item total $23.49. All right, so it wasn't exactly $24, but either way, give or take a couple cents here on the profit, it's still very much profitable. And you can see real live orders of people actually buying this product, right? There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Here's the grand total. Boom, boom, boom. I can't show the actual customer address details, of course, but boom. And we can see just my notifications. I can't actually show you what these say because these are just leaked products. But here's another live product example. This is actually one that we found in the group call, literally like I want to say yesterday or 2 days ago. We can buy this Hershey's Cocoa right here from Target for $5.29. Here's Rakuten again, the Chrome extension that I told you guys to get. This one's only 1%, but you're still getting paid to shop. Right here, we can buy it for $5.29, and it's selling on Amazon for $14.50. Here's Kiba, which shows us the data and price history of this product. And we can see that we're making about $4 profit, over 73% return on investment every single time we sell this product. $14.50. We can see some of the sellers down here, right? $13.90, $14.50, right? So other people are selling it for around this price. It's very, very profitable with the return on investment, and this is selling 3,000 times a month. 3,000 times a month, right? So this product has 23,000 ratings on it. This is just one of many, many product examples of things that we are selling on Amazon, and we just add a bunch of these products to our catalog. Obviously, it's not like we bulk import them or anything. It's a skill to be able to find these things, but this is how we're making money. So imagine when you have 10, 15, 20 products like this in your catalog, you're making thousands of dollars in revenue a day and thousands of dollars in profit a month, right? So Rakuten, like I said, there's the 1% cash back. Sometimes it can be as high. I've seen as high as like 10, 12%. Actually, I don't know if I think I've seen 12%. I don't know. But right here, boom, we're making $3.90 profit, 73% ROI. And this product just has insane amounts of reviews. This thing sells absolutely fucking ballistics. And then the last step is once you find a product, you pick it up at the store or you ship it to your house and you get an order, you just ship it out. So you can do FBA, which this is what this is, right? It's an FBA shipping back in the day. These are all FBM orders from Q4. So you just ship out your orders as normally. And if you want, you can use a prep center, right? So say you're either overseas or you just don't want to handle all of these boxes, right? Not whatnot in hand. I like it because of the content, but if you don't want to do all that, you can just use a prep center. So it's like drop shipping, but with extra steps, right? So how is it like drop shipping? You don't have to see the product. You just buy it online. So for example, you would buy this on Target. You ship it to your prep center, which is just a warehouse, which I mentioned earlier. You just ship it there. And all you got to do is focus on finding good products, right? You don't got to worry about packing orders and everything like that. So now it's just drop shipping with extra steps on Amazon, right? Why is it better? Because you don't have to run ads, you don't have to run marketing, right? You can use Amazon Prime shipping at FBA, so customers are happy. You're selling trusted brands. You're not selling like random AliExpress crap. You're not paying for ads. You're building relationships with brands if you're doing brand direct, right? So it takes all the bad aspects of drop shipping, reverses it into Amazon, and actually makes it good, right? So the bigger picture here is you get drop shipping freedom as an Amazon seller, right? I wouldn't do it the traditional way of how you think about drop shipping, but It is possible, right? So you get less hassle, you can scale way quicker, right? And you get real assets, not just like, standard transactions. So you can pretty much do dropshipping on Amazon, right? I would say. So here I'm going to toss in just a quick recording of how we actually find products live with our students. This is a call recording with one of our students, a group call. So just like a quick 10-15 minutes of how we actually go about finding products and an example of real live profitable products that we are finding and actually making money on. And then once we go through that, I will catch you boys at the next part of this. But I'll send this to you after. So on the keeper chart, if you scroll down, you asked if you want to do FBA or FBM. We can just click this data button, and then it's going to show you this. You click buy box statistics, and then it defaults to 30 days. I like to do like 90 or 180. Show recency. Move this over here. So who's in the buy box right now? Buy box is this add to cart section. So sold, ships from Amazon, which means he's doing FBA, sold by Essential Supply. So he's the one who's currently getting the sales on this. You can see he's probably doing FBA. He's got a check mark here. We can scroll down on SellerAmp. Yeah, Essential Supply is doing FBA. So FBM sellers is on for like 112, a little bit cheaper than FBA. So if you want to sell it for 122, I'd FBA this, but you can do both. People with no check mark are doing FBM. So King Treasures ELP, his average price around 114. King Treasures ELP 112. He's doing merchant fulfilled. Bargains Brokers. Bargains Brokers right here 116. FBM. So FBM on this is a little bit cheaper. So if you want to FBM this, it'd be like 112. 59%, still good. $30 per sale. So that's that. This is a good product, right? All you have to do now is make sure that you are eligible to sell. And for this one, I think you need 10 units for this brand. But to show you how to find more from this, right? So the whole philosophy is, right, I give you these products, they're already good, right? They're already good to sell. Now, the second portion is learning how to find these for your own, or just find even more, right? Because there's so much stuff you can sell. So the main method is using SellerAmp. Scroll down here to who's selling this product. We can use all of these sellers. For example, let's just open up Essential. So you just click on it. We can open up their store. And you can see I already have these tabs open here. But this guy, he's selling a whole bunch of stuff, so you can scroll through. But this Craftsman brand seems kind of interesting. It's tools, so it's a little bit more expensive. Sale price, profitability looks like it could be decent. So with SellerAmp, we can click on Craftsman right here. He's got 16 products with this brand, so we can filter out by just these products. And let's see all these, right? $60, $400, 122. So some of these could have some potential. Now it's all about just trying to find these. So he's 59. He's buy boxing for 55. So let's just click Google and see what we got here. This is what? This is a 17-piece set. So I already know, but this one, right, it's slightly different picture, and it says $79.99, but I already know. I don't know why Sears is glitched like that, but if you click into it, Sears has $10 off 75 or $50 off 750. Every site you come across, right, create a burner email and sign up for their email list, discounts and whatnot. This is going to be the easiest way to source to. 17-piece screwdriver set. Let's open this up on Amazon. Right, this is selling for $60. This has the little chain thing. Same exact picture. All right, $34.19. Let's type in $34.19. We're selling it for $60, making around $10 per sale. 28%. Sells 100 times per month. Still profitable. We can get this cheaper as well because we have the $50 off 750. So you can do math in SellerAmp. So if I do 750 divided by 34.19, we can buy around 21.94 units, so around 22 units. So if we do 34.19 times 22 units to get the discount, we pay 752 minus $50, 702.18 divided by the 22 units. Now we're paying $31.92 per. We're almost at 40%. Now this comes a little bit better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's this product. So now, right, when we're going through, we started with the wrenches. We went through somebody's store because the philosophy is, okay, they're selling this on Amazon. We know where they can get it from. There's probably potential. Let's look into the same brand or their storefront, see what else they're moving. Now we found this. Okay, there's the odds that we find something else in here are pretty high because, once again, everyone's selling on Amazon to make money. So it's not like you're just getting these randomly. This one, right, 353, max cost 209. This one's gonna be a little bit more expensive, but looks like it's right here, 450 piece. I haven't even seen this one. So this is 219, 220, right? This one's gonna be more expensive, but just for proof of concept. What is this moving for right now? Damn, 260. This just doesn't look that good. It was moving for 343 before. Alright, so this one seems pretty mid, slightly expensive too. These are the wrenches that we saw. We got these accessory socket things. And it looks like Sears right now, right, is having a sale on this brand. Deal ends January 27, flash sale. We got 2 more days, $22.49. This one right here. Moving for 44, 18-piece set, 2-piece, 3/8, blah, blah, blah. 18-piece set. Looks like the same. 3/8, 3/8. Yeah, okay, so this is $22.49. And remember, we can always get these for cheaper too with the thing. But at base price, we're selling this for 44, right? Making $7, 30%. This BSR is good. Keeper chart, that is very stable. This is good. You can see the offer count going down too, which basically just means the amount of people who are selling this is going down. So that means they're selling out, especially if the price is staying pretty steady. The price is consistent. People are just selling out because they're running out of stock. That's a good sign. That means this moves. So this is a winner right here. So now there's a couple things you could do. You can go on Sears, look at what else they got in sale, and see if you could find it on Amazon. Or right now, right, what's already working is just seeing what he's selling because clearly he's making money in some way, shape, or form. So pretty much all of these, it looks like we can get. 15.29. This is moving for CL buying options. 26, 27-ish. This is 15.29. 26, 27. I have it FBA. I don't think this one will be good. FBM. How much is weigh a pound? It's gonna be like $5 to ship. This one's not that good. Price is too close. Actually, with the coupon though. Let's see. This is where coupons come in handy. 15.29. Let's see. 750 divided by 15.29. You can buy 49 units. Let's say 50 units. 50.29 times 50 minus 50 divided by 50. 14.29. Not that much of a difference. So this one's You can also try and use the gift cards for Sears too, but I don't know if I don't think Sears has any good ones today. Let's see. 5.6%. I'm seeing 5.6% off. So you can use this too to get a little bit more, just to maximize. Oh well, they're sold out. So never mind. Okay, let's skip this one. These ones, screwdrivers, $49. Let's see. Looks like we can get it right here. 6-piece extreme grip diamond screwdrivers. Open this up. Extreme get 6-piece diamond tip screwdrivers, $50. This is $22.49. You can ship it, right? We want to make sure that boom. Okay, this is in stock. All right, great. So right here, $22.49. We can sell for $50. $14. This is 62%. All right, so you're starting to see the proof of concept. This guy has a lot of stuff in his store. I want to make sure it's the same thing. So we got 3/16, 3 1/4, 4 inches, 5/16. We got 3/16, 3 1/4, 4 5/16. Yeah, so it's the same size, same screwdrivers, same brand, everything like that. Price on this is actually going up, as we can see. Again, another winner, FBA, 62%. These are screwdrivers, so this is what, a poundish. This is gonna be like maybe $6 to ship. FBM, 62%. FBA, still 62% around, so same profitability. Boom, boom, boom. I would literally just sit here, go through all of these, see what bros got. All of these sales ranks are good to get a lot of products. So now, once you start getting good, you're gonna run into the problem of you're just finding all of these products, and now you're not able to buy as much as you want, because you're not gonna have $10, $20, $30,000. For me, I'd buy all of these, right? $22.49. I literally just scrolled down to a random one, and this one seems like it's gonna be good as well. Yeah, same thing. So this guy knows what he's doing. It's 14-pack. Yeah, 14-pack. So literally, this is the best way to just see what people are moving, and like none of this stuff is be like, yo, you sell on Amazon? Yeah, but I sell breaker bar sets, and it makes money. So that's the whole essence. Now, all you gotta really do is get ungated, and if you're eligible to sell this brand, right, you can make thousands of dollars with just this. So how do you get ungated? There's a couple of ways. All you're really gonna need is an invoice of 10 units. So couple ways. You could order one of these products. So for example, right, if we're on if we're right here, I'd probably go for Ooh. Thank you. If we're right here, right, I'd order 10 of these. I've never tried Sears, but the the process is gonna be the same for really whatever you're on. You need 10 or more. Before you do anything, actually, what I always tell you to do is, if you see a product or brand that's good from the jump, type in or copy paste the ASIN into your seller app. So I'm gonna send it to you in your client chat. You're gonna copy and paste it and see if you're eligible to sell, and you're gonna see if you need 10 units or not. So you're gonna take this, copy and paste it. I'm pretty sure you're gonna need 10. Everyone I talked to has needed 10, but just double check.
Yeah, I need 10 units.
10 units, okay.
At least 10 units.
Okay, that's fine. So I haven't used Sears to ungate, but we know we can get this brand at Sears, at Lowe's. So for example here, we would order 10. Check out, make sure everything matches with your store name on Amazon like that, and then what we can do, right, check out, make sure everything's good. Shipping, I'd probably sign up as a member, try and get some rewards or whatnot. Just maximize your profit. Also use Rakuten. So Rakuten right here, we get 2% cash back. So we get coupons, we get discounted gift cards, we get our credit card, we get Rakuten. So we're making money on the back end, as well as just selling it naturally on Amazon. And then let's just do guest checkout, just for example, continue. Blah, 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 filling all this. So it's gonna be $375. Let's see, for example, if you buy, and you can see if you buy 10 of these, you're gonna be paying $22.49. Wait, why is this? Oh, your order savings. Oh, total due. I thought it was 375. I was like, what? Okay, so 224.90. You can see if you scroll down here, you pay 24.90. You're gonna make $500 in sales. Profit 150. So you spend 220, you make 150 back. That is very good. Yeah, this is just like the breakdown. If you were to buy 100 units, it shows you like that. So pretty simple. That's one way. You could also use, if you want to try and get ungated first, without having to spend, $200. You can always return it, right? That's the beauty with OA, right? You can always return stuff. So there's really no risk. But if you just want to make it as cheap as possible, you don't want a fat credit on your account, you can go type in Craftsman on, let's say, Lowe's. Let's sort by price low to high. And we can see like all these, whatever, for example, this wrench. Click seller ramp, and you're just gonna want to find it. Find the matching item on Amazon. Or again, just make sure it's the same thing real quick. It might be this one. Actually, by brand, Craftsman, is this it? Brand generic. We don't want generic brand. I'm gonna make sure it's Craftsman. But just for sake of time here, right? Find the same one. You want to go cheap, price low to high, just so you can get the cheapest one possible. So you just have to find a matching item here on Amazon. Buy 10 of them on Lowe's. Again, it's going to be maybe $20, $30, $40, and test out that invoice. But don't let ungating stop you. It's literally just buying 10 of an item and then submitting that receipt. Just make sure all your details match what you put on your Amazon seller account, and you should be okay. So once you submit that, you'll be eligible to sell any of these Craftsman products forever, and then now you can actually start printing. Alright, so now that you guys have watched the example of live sourcing and how we actually find products and examples of real products that are profitable, right? I'm going to show you a couple more, because products are really the main thing that drives this business forward, right? If you don't have products to sell, you're not going to make money on Amazon, obviously. So that's why this section is a very product heavy focus. So with the 24/7 profit system, right, since it's very product heavy focused, with Xavier on his first call, I walked him through how to get ungated in Crayola and find products that are adjacent within that brand and within that niche and category, right? And he got real-time, hands-on experience, knowledge, and literally just went out instantly to Walmart and started finding these types of products. And the same day I told him this, actually we had a call at night. The next day he was already getting sales with these products right here. He ordered $1,200 worth of inventory the same day, right? Because these were very high velocity items, and literally that same day he was already getting sales and buying off units. So let me put you guys on some game here, right? You can know Amazon inside and out, but if you can't find profitable products, you're not gonna make any money, any progress inside of this business, right? And obviously I give you guys products, but I want you to become a demon at being able to find products, right? So the truth is, I used to spend hours going to Walmart, Target, Home Depot, random websites, and find nothing, right? Even going into store, right, scanning stuff on the shelves, I didn't find anything, right? And I think it works, but it's one of the most inefficient methods to actually really scale up and make money on Amazon, in my opinion. I'd rather sit behind the computer screen at my desk with a beer in hand, watching football, making money, than having to drive 20 minutes to Marshalls and not find anything. Or if I do, only be able to walk out with 2 items, and I spend 3 hours of my day and I gotta drive 20 minutes back. Actually 40 minutes back because it's traffic rush hour. But anyways, that's besides the point. Right, I was guessing, trying to find products, say, hey, is this a winning product? I don't know, right? And when I did find something, a lot of the times it would just tank, and I'd be like, bro, what's going on, right? This is why most people quit Amazon, honestly, because they say, I can't find products. Everything I check, it's gated, it's not profitable, right? Once you learn the game of sourcing, and there's so many different methods. This is called reverse sourcing, which you guys watched in the video. and from what you see from other sellers, you see exactly what they're selling and you just reverse source off of that, which is why it's called reverse sourcing or storefront stocking, right? I learned how to leverage discounts, coupons, cash back to make my buy cost even lower, to increase my margin and return on investment, ROI, and find seasonal products like that back to school crayon opportunity like Xavier was selling, right? This took all the guesswork, all the hunting and everything out of that and made it super, super easy for me and my students to be able to find products as well, right? And here to go in depth, you can see right here, this is a recent example. This is 4/16, today's 4, so 10 days ago, boom. Inside of our Discord, we have this 24/7 Profits lead finder right here, so you get notified. Boom, you can see products, buy cost, sale price, margin, ROI, where you can buy it, where you can sell it. This is a real live example of a profitable product. You can buy it for $8, sell it for $22, and this was posted 10 days ago inside of our sales channel. And this is a real live product example, guys. Like, I don't gatekeep anything. I don't care about sharing this, right? Because we find hundreds of products. We're able to find hundreds of products a day, right? Maybe not a day, right? Give it a week, right? We'll find 100 products in a week easily, right? So that's what the product section looks like. The other section of the 24/7 profit system is customized systems and scaling for each and every single person. For Xavier, we used FBM to get quick sales and fulfillment out. For other people, it might be a slow FBA wholesale process, right? So let's be honest. If you don't have a real process and you don't have like a real roadmap and you're not making money in a reasonable amount of time, a lot of people get discouraged and it kills motivation for a business. So most people give up because they just don't see results fast enough, right? It's not that they don't see results. They don't see it fast enough, right? Most people, sometimes people quit before they even before they get a chance to let the results happen, right? They didn't give it enough time. The results were gonna come. They just didn't give it enough time, right? So that's why I teach everyone and give everyone a custom game plan to, one, eliminate that time and guesswork and all the hassle and just get there as quickly as possible, which is why you can see his sales graph here. Literally what, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Within 7 days, he was already at his first 5K, and then I think these 3 plus a couple days after, right, he was at 11K. So I think we were engaging and experimenting a little bit here in this phase. I'm not sure what this was, but you can already see here. In 7 days, he was already at 5K in sales, right? And a lot of people are starting to get 5K a month first starting out. So he had a full personalized roadmap for him that was designed for speed because we were in summertime back to school season, and he didn't need to wait for any of his Amazon products to hit the warehouse because we wanted to capitalize on these products fast. So having someone to guide you through that entire process and show you, hey, here's what to sell, here's how to sell it, here's boom, how to fulfill your orders, bang, 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 and literally get your business up and running from the ground up like that, right? How to source, ship, sell, and get paid as soon as possible. You need a customized roadmap because there are other people who were selling these products, but it was slightly different. Some of them did FBA for other reasons I'm not going to get into right now, but everyone has their own step-by-step system and processes, right? So different Amazon selling business models, which is why I said everyone is different. There are other business models. I'm not going to go fully into depth into this right now. Mainly what my program focuses on is OA, wholesale, and a little bit of RA, private labels, creating your own brand. But RA, retail arbitrage, right? This is going store to store, scanning items, like I said. OA, online arbitrage, is literally the same thing, just online. So now you're sitting at your desk and you're going on Walmart, Target, Home Depot, instead of having to walk physically in the store and find discounted items like we saw earlier, the Hershey's, the Crayola, I forget what the other one was, but just all those we could find online, do it from our home, and it's way more scalable because we can even hire VAs to find these products for us. So now we're outsourcing the product sourcing, and now all we got to do is learn the business model and just vet them real quick, buy them, and boom, now we have a lot of the work being done on autopilot because we can easily just send that to our prep center. We don't even have to ship anything, right? So now you can start to see how this layers up from just simply flipping products from store to store. Wholesale, buying in bulk, it's the same thing as these two business models right here. Now you're just working with either brands or distributors, supplies, and you're just buying more inventory and having to deal with less headache. That's it. All right, and then private label, this is creating your own brand. This one is a little bit more risky. You got to run ads. So I don't really work with private label, but when you are working with brands directly, these are private label sellers who just have, had successful brand building. So they've already done a decent job at the marketing aspect. We just come in and either sell their products or help them even more on some other channels as well. So what I've mainly focused on and what I've mastered in is online arbitrage, wholesale, and some RA. And these are literally OA is all you really need, right? This 90% of this video is talking about OA. Some of this is wholesale, but that's all you need. You don't need too much, but there are other opportunities like I showed you throughout this video on how to sell on Amazon and just different things that you can do as a whole. So right here, the customized game plan, what is it that I'm actually talking about? It looks like this. So each and every single person inside of my program has their own dashboard that looks just like this. Right here, you can see they have a full instruction video on how to actually use this dashboard. You're gonna have a full weekly task right here. So you might have a personalized video tailored to you saying, hey Jonathan, here's exactly what you have to do. 1, 2, 3, the task that you have to do, the links to what buttons you have to click, where to do them, right? It's all gonna be right here in one full line. So you just go boom, 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 check all the boxes as you do it. Once you watch the video, you're gonna this is a 36-minute long sourcing video. So once you understand how and what we are doing, you're gonna be able to find products. You're gonna be able to spend $3,000 on inventory so that you can hit that 9, 10, 11K sales mark, right? Here are your goals. Here in my program, you can go from a full beginner online business to a coach and actually a partner inside of my agency. We won't go over that. That is for real high level people. But that's just to give you an overview that this is something that I built out for years, right? And it's just compiled on top of each other. If you missed the call, here, boom, here it is. Here's the course module, and here I recommend specific course modules for you or videos depending on where you're at and what I think you should focus on in that certain time period. Here is a call calendar so you can track all of our meetings and the group calls as well. Obviously, this is a test template, but you can see, and then here's the top, like when they joined, when you join, all the softwares are using, everything like that, just to keep track here. This right here is the real bread and butter, but this is something that I give every single person because it gives you a full roadmap so that you have no excuse now. All you have to do is follow these steps and you will make money, right? And if you don't make money, the only reason is because you didn't follow these steps, because now I've given you everything, right? And then here you can see you can actually book in and schedule a call with me here in this bottom right corner. You can schedule a call with me, and once you complete all your steps. So that's what that looks like. And then inside of the Discord, we can see I have channels for each and every single person inside of the 24/7 Profits Inner Circle. And you can see right here, here's Xavier. And I'll actually play a video that this was after he hit that 12K first week, and then he's been consistently selling. This was around August time last year. So I'll play a video from him in a second. And then right here, you can see this is what 24/7 Profits actually looks like on the back end for the Discord, if you were interested. So we have the actual group chat, we have our wins, the call calendar, so you can see when our calls are. You can book a one-on-one with me or one of the coaches. We have the full Amazon FBA course in there. We have the new product leads. This is what this looks like right here. So you can see we can buy this here, boom, boom, boom. We have the resources. I have a custom AI tailored specifically to Amazon. So if you have any questions, you ask that. It'll answer exactly like how I would. Every single software that you would ever need is going to be right here. Wholesalers that you can work with, brands and distributors and suppliers, all right here. funding, so how to get $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 with Chase. Prep centers here so that you can automate and outsource your business. There's going to be a VA section right here. We have call recordings. We have a private channel with every single person inside of the program so that we can directly communicate with you and solve the problems inside of your business and help you. And yeah, in the side of the funding section, right here, this is what this looks like. You can see I'm not just spewing numbers out of my ass, right? These are real people, real banks, real statements. You can see 25K, boom, real people inside of the program getting approved. This was literally this is 3 days ago. And this is Saif, one of the guys in my program, right? I think he has like 10, 15K limit right off the bat, and he joined maybe like a week or two ago. And he's already up 10, 20K. Just by getting access to this, right? So showing you all these little things that are going to help you tremendously. These are things that people don't show you on a day-to-day that is essential to scaling up an Amazon business like this, but you don't need all this to start, right? But these are things that I give to my students because these are things I wish I knew in the beginning because I would have been light years ahead if I had this, right? So you can see, boom, Jessica too, she joined the program in February. Boom, she got an instant 10, 20K from the LLC. And you can see she's waking up mornings to sales. Cha-ching. It was a $31 sale. I think we bought this item for like $12, $13. So made like 15, 20 bucks just off the wake up, right? And yeah, so you can see we have the course in here as well. And this is the full bread and butter. This is actually what wraps up 24/7 Profits, is the private access to me so that you don't have to do any of the guesswork. You don't have to go through struggling to find profitable products, struggling to actually run this business efficiently, right? When I was starting, I had nobody to guide me. I had nobody to check the products for me. I had nobody to answer the questions for me, right? I had no one to tell me that drop shipping was a huge mistake on Amazon, right? And because of that, I wasted months, if not a year or two, trying to figure it out. And I made costly errors that lost me a bunch of money, time, blood, sweat, and tears, right? And I almost gave up multiple times. Now, the reason why I created this is because I don't want to let my students or anyone who wants to get into this to go through that, right? And in doing so, having direct access to me and every single product, strategy, question you have on this business model, I'm there to guide you, right? So you don't have to be guessing, you don't have to be confused, right? And you get actual, real, genuine answers from somebody who's been there and done that, not someone who just flexes and shares screenshots, right? I've been through every single step of this process, right? So that's why Xavier succeeded in literally 7 days, right? Here I inflated the screenshot. This is back in June last year, $10,000 in 7 days. Right here, right? Why? Because he didn't waste any time on bad products. He didn't second guess every decision. He literally just listened to me. He said, okay, I said, hey, go buy this. He said, okay, word, boom. Made money. He had me at every single step of the corner, and that's why he literally came in the program like that, made money as soon as possible. And right here, I'm going to play the video real quick just so you guys know that this is not like just like me spewing things out of my ass. Like, this is real things. Like, everything I've shown you here, guys, is real and genuine, and there's a reason why I'm taking over 2 hours to explain every single thing to you guys right here, right? So just watch this video and see what Xavier has to say.
My name's Zay. I'm 20 years old. I started my journey in making money online about 2 months ago. I reached out to Sabo just for guidance and where to get started on Amazon. And in 3 weeks, he scaled me to 10K in sales. So that was all I really needed to see. I mean, anyone that's serious and ready to start changing their life and making money from their bedroom, I mean, yeah, definitely hit bro up.
All right, boys, so you guys can see right there, literally in, I want to say it was about a week, 2-3 weeks, right? From pure beginner to making his first dollar and multiple thousands of dollars online, right? So anyone can do this business model, right? And the best part about this is this isn't new. Like I said, nothing in this video I've shown you guys is new. The best part is I predicted all of this, right? Here's Exhibit A. Right here, summer 2023, I made this YouTube video, and it's literally the exact same process I used a year later to scale him up to that first $11,000 week, right? I made this, how to make thousands of dollars selling back to school summer items this summer. This is summer 2023. This is on my YouTube channel. You can see June 18th, 2023. All those messages in that case study right there was a year later, and I made this exact same video going over this exact same thing. Example number 2, boom, summer 2024. May 24 right here, 0 to 10K summer. If you aren't lazy, this method will make you 10K profit this summer. You guys can literally click on my channel. You will find both of these videos, right? And example number 3 on my Instagram, if you follow me, all these have been documented. This exact process right here, 0 to 9K, 3K plus in profit, 1 week, boom, right here. And you can see I literally predicted this when he first joined. Look at all these products that we first found that first night, right? Here's a student call inside of the Discord. So you can see all this has been documented. All this has been documented, right? Again, why am I showing you this? Because I built this program to exactly how I wish I had it when I first started, right? So when I first jumped into Amazon, as you guys know by now, I was lost, overwhelmed, alone. I had no guidance, right? I had no structure, no help, right? I had no one to tell me, hey, here's how you do this and not lose thousands of dollars, right? I had to learn the hard way. And that's fine, that's life, right? Getting suspended because I didn't know the rules, wasting time on random strategies that I saw online, random products, right? So I said, fuck that. And I built the exact program that I would have needed and wanted when I started back in the day, right? And I showed you guys all this a little bit, right? You can see right here the Discord. We have your client dashboard. We have assets for the program. Is this product good? A full checklist breakdown so that you can fully identify if the products that you are finding are good, right? And we have people in this program getting their first sales and actually making real genuine progress. Right, got my first sale early this month, ended up doing around 2K. Right now he's scaling up consistently. This was back in December, right? So real people, real progress, real connections, and a real network of people inside of the 24/7 Profits Inner Circle program, right? What is the 24/7 Profits Inner Circle? The Inner Circle is my one-on-one hands-on mentorship for Amazon FBA, right? It is fully built by me to take you from zero, confused, beginner, right? Even if you made some sales on Amazon, right? A full step-by-step guidance program, live support, calls, direct access to me. Everything I showed you guys in this 2-hour-long video is inside of this program that I built, right? And it's not just Xavier and Raphael, right? I have tons of people inside of this program, and people of all shapes, sizes, ages, colors, doesn't matter, right? Here's Brian, right? Screenshot of him. This is literally a couple days ago. He's a college kid, knew nothing about online business, right? He's currently at $5,000 a month. You can see sales screenshots right here. Started from nothing. Here's Winston. He's a working father, and he was just someone who just wanted a different avenue. He still has a job, but he does this on the side. Here, back in July, he was at 20K a month. I believe now he's at like 45, 50K a month, and he's building his own private label supplement brand as well, right? Jeff, just another guy who just saw Amazon as an opportunity, as a way out, did strictly merchant fulfilled, doing well over 200K for the year, and just going store to store finding products, right? So you can see here multiple different people, and you can see Jama, she's another one of my students as well. Just a lady hustler, boom, who started a side hustle and is turning it into a legitimate business as well, right? Raphael, he's 15 years old now, but when he started working with me, he was 14. You can see he's at 10, already at 10K. This was back in August, right? 15-year-old kid in high school, did 3.6K in a fucking day, right? His parents didn't believe in this shit, right? They hopped on a call with me. They're like, oh, like, does this work? Whatever. I was like, just watch this. Did 3.6K in a day while still in school, and showing to his friends like, dude, this making money online thing is real. You can see right here, 286 units sold in one day, bro. That's crazy. Tala, he tried Amazon for 6 months, failed, lost money on products, and kind of gave up on the business model, didn't believe that it works. He saw a Snapchat post of me that I posted, reached out, said, hey, I see you doing this Amazon thing. How do you do it? I tried it. It didn't work. I applied the 24/7 profit systems that I showed you guys to him, and he is currently selling consistently over the 10K month mark. And yeah, I mean, I can show you guys even more people in here. You can see this is when he got his first sale back in October, and you can see his progress. First 1K day in December. I have people in here who did $50,000 in a week, 27K net profit. There should be a slide right here. Grace, another student in my Amazon program, she was doing Amazon for 2 years, never got a sale. First day she came in working with me, $70 sale item. This was back in August. You can see last day of August. Got her first sale thanks to me in the group. And now, since then, she's turned it into $40,000 plus in 7 months. You can see right here, this is some Amazon side. She does a little bit on eBay and some other channels as well. You can see right here, pending balance payments of almost $5,000. This was around 7, 8 p.m. during the day, around $100 for the day. So she literally could not get a single sale. And because I applied my systems, my knowledge, and everything that I showed you guys in this, she's literally turned it into $40,000. You can see this was literally, what? This was to 26. This was 3 days ago, right? Show me the screenshot through 4 days ago, right? Boom. I said I was proud of her. Like, I was genuinely proud of her, because I remember we used to hop on calls and she would be like, I can't get sales, I can't find products, literally everything that I hear on a daily basis. And now she's doing consistent, and now we're trying to look on how to scale her up, because she just needs more capital now. She has a proof of concept, so we're just looking at avenues to get her more capital so that we can really just put more gas on the fire. But it doesn't matter who you are, right? She's a regular mom, aunt, who just came to me, said, hey, I want to do this, I've been struggling, and now she's making it work, right? And one of the things that she said to me that really stuck out, you guys can see, this is April 26th when I'm recording this. This was 3 days ago. Pay attention, boys. She said, thank you, I really appreciate all the help. I'm telling myself I could have done more. Because she was struggling. And especially when she first joined, right, she had such like negativity about the business model, because she was struggling herself, trying to do it all on her own with no real guidance, just like I had in the beginning. And she already built up like kind of like a negativity towards the business model. When she first joined, she wasn't really taking that much action, and I was forcing her to take action. And now she was saying, damn, I wish I would have gone harder in the beginning, because I would have been a lot further. But the point is, she took action regardless, and now she knows, so that from now on, there's no excuse, right? And that's what this is probably going to look like for a lot of you watching this video right now. Understand that if you're watching this right now and you made it this far in the video, right, you don't want to live with this regret. Trust me, you don't, right? This is not some mindset sales tactic, right, to get you to buy my shit. I don't care. I'm genuinely telling you this because, right, if you don't have to do this, right? You don't have to do this. You don't have to believe anything in this video, right? This could all be bullshit, a scam. It doesn't matter, right? But at the end of the day, I can't force you to do anything, right? And neither can anyone else on this planet. It's literally just you and God, bro, right? That's why the people who watch this video and actually understand the message and make progress in their business, in life, will get there because they simply just take action, right? And that's what I want you to understand through this 2 hours of me talking to you, is that that's really the main key, right? Understand that you watching this video right now are no different from me or anyone else in this online business space or anyone else in this world that you look up to, where we're all human, right? So now that you understand how this program works, how Amazon works, how this entire system that I've shown you guys, everything works down to a T, right? I have an offer for you, right? If you're tired of wasting time trying to figure out how to make money online on your own, trying to figure out how Amazon works, trying to figure out how do I scale my business to the next level, right? If you're tired of, trying to just stress about, where's my next dollar going to come from? How am I going to generate, a business or just make money online? Something where I don't have to clock in and that's the only way I can make money, right? If you're ready to actually start seeing results, build a profitable Amazon business without any of the guesswork, and implement all the systems and actually learn from a team and people around you who are willing to grind, invest, and actually make shit happen, right? Here's what I'm going to offer to you, right? I'm going to offer you a chance to work directly with me one-on-one inside of my Amazon FBA Inner Circle, the 24/7 Profits Inner Circle, right? This is where I'm going to give you everything that I showed you guys, everything you need down to the T so that you can start making money on a daily and build a system that works on autopilot and generate a consistent 4, 5, and even 6 figures a month on Amazon, right? If you want to start making money online, if you're tired of failing, being alone, and you want real genuine guidance, right? And you're ready to put in the work and follow proven steps to actually commit to this, right? Then this is exactly what you need to do. I'm going to help you lock in. I'm going to help you make money and actually change your life just like I did and just like how I showed you guys throughout this entire 2-hour video. Right. But the thing is, like I said, you don't need to do any of this, right? Here's what the average, Amazon seller kind of pipeline looks like. You start off, you see some videos, you do some retail arbitrage, you go, you scan some stuff at the store, maybe you find a thing or two here and you make a little bit of money. And then maybe you figure out, okay, online, I can do this online, okay, cool. But a lot of people stop here, right? For me, I stopped here for a little bit because this is really all I needed, right? And this, you can easily scale to $100,000 per month doing this. No problem, right? But understand that there are a lot more higher leverage plays, and this business model is a lot deeper than just going to Walmart and flipping some items, right? Because like I mentioned earlier, you have the wholesale part, which is where a lot of people will cap out as well, but working with brands directly, how to scale them with other platforms aside from Amazon, and eventually building your own brand, right? These things are assets and facets of the business that most people never touch, and these are things that we go over and we take care of, and I make sure that you understand so that you can operate like a full e-commerce demon and actually build a real online business, right? Because this isn't just Amazon anymore, right? Right, something that starts off as just flipping a few products from Dollar Tree, right, turns into a full e-commerce empire with multiple streams of income, and I'm going to help you build it every single step of the way, right? Even things such as Walmart, which I didn't even mention this entire video, and you didn't even think about, but why are we selling on Walmart as well? Well, there's less competition on Amazon. We can take the exact same products that we already sell onto Amazon and sell them on Walmart, right? Higher profit margins. These are things that 99% of the programs that you guys are finding out there, or like the people out there who are teaching these things, nobody's covering these, but I have them all in my back end, and that's why my students are fucking printing. Right, so before I wrap this up, right, some common questions that a lot of people have about all of this is, do I need a lot of money? No. $1,000 to $5,000 to get your feet wet. Anything in between that, right, you're going to be good to go. I'll show you how to scale with what you have and how to use your credit, cashback points, and how to actually manage your money so that you can grow this business to where it needs to be, right? How fast can I make money? Well, it just depends on your entire work ethic and what you do. Xavier hit 10K in his first week, right? This is very, very possible. Some people take a few weeks, a few months, right? But if you follow the system, the whole goal is to first gain skills. If you have skills, you're gonna be able to make money. It's just a matter of time at that point, right? Your speed depends on how hard you go. The blueprint works for each and every single person. Do I need a business or an LLC? No, right? It is better if you have an LLC, right? But then again, I'll show you how to get an LLC, how to get tax exempt, how to get business funding when the time is right. Is this FBA, FBM, both, right? I'll show you the differences, which to use, when, where, why, right? Don't even worry about that for now. Just worry about getting started. But I teach everything inside and out. What makes this program different? I honestly don't have to answer this question, but at this point, right, it's more than just videos. You get access to everything, a full step-by-step guide. That's pretty much what I went over in this video. How do I find products, right? That's where I teach you. That's what a lot of the calls are for, right? Reverse sourcing, manual sourcing, wholesale. There's so many different strategies that I can't even fit them into this video, but there's so many different methods that we go over. If you don't have the time, well, then you honestly just aren't committed, right? You can do this for an hour or two a day, right? If you don't have an hour or two a day to spare for this, then you don't want to make money. Simple as that. People ask me, is there a guarantee? And I said, yeah, there is a guarantee, right? The guarantee that I guarantee you is that if you don't do anything with what I give you, then you're going to stay in the exact same spot as you are right now watching this video, right? If that makes sense. It should, because think about it. If you don't do anything, you sit here, you watch this video, you consume all the information, and then you go back to just doing what you've been doing, what's going to change? Nothing. Nothing changes, actually. So why spend your time doing this if you're not going to, why spend your time watching this if you're not going to do anything, you know what I mean? So I guarantee you that you'll get everything you're going to need to succeed. But at the same time, right, it's all up to you, right? What if I've never sold anything online before? Doesn't matter. You don't need to know a single thing, right? That's why I built this from the ground up, from literally zero. And I've showed you people who have no experience in online business to making their first $10,000 online. What's the investment for this, right? It's not cheap. I built this up over 2-3 years, right? I have the knowledge, I have the experience, and I have the results to be able to charge for my time, knowledge, energy, right? And understand that anything in life worth having comes at a cost, whether it's time, money, energy, doesn't matter. But if you bet on yourself, I promise you that it's going to be worth every freaking dollar times 100. That's what I've done for every single one of my clients, right? So to wrap this up, if you're looking to actually join the 24/7 Profits Inner Circle and have me implement every single thing that I've went over inside of this video and get you to your first $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, you can see right here, $4,000 days, right? If you want all this and you want to actually learn how to build this for yourself, then first, go down below. If you're on YouTube, click the link down below. If you're on my website, there's going to be a button that says apply for one-on-one coaching, and you're going to fill out the application. It looks like this, just so I can see where you're at on your end and see if I can even help you out in the first place, right? Once you fill that out, I will reach out to you personally or a member of my team, and we'll schedule a meeting so that we can run you through everything more in depth, see where you're at, and see how we can create our customized game plan, Notion dashboard, and actually implement our systems for you to the best of our ability and show you exactly step by step to a T how we're going to help you start this business or scale you up from wherever you are at currently, right? After that, once we schedule your call, we run through everything and you're actually inside of the program. You're going to get access to the Discord. You're going to get your own client dashboard, and we're going to create you a full step-by-step roadmap that looks just like this. Here's an example of a client's, right? So for him, he had a brand new Amazon account. He needs to create his account. He needs to get Keepa, SellerAmp. He needs to get ungated. So step by step, what does all that mean? Boom, it's laid out here, organized for you. So all you have to do now is follow the steps that we give you down to a T, hop in the calls, start buying profitable products, and start making your first sales. We give you everything down to the T. As long as you take action and follow the exact systems that we give you, you will start making money within your first couple of days, stacking wins week after week and scaling up fast, just like me and just like my students, right? So everything's in here. Everything's in here. And if you want access to this, right, like I said, go down below, click the link, apply, fill out the form, and I'll see how we can help you out, right? But aside from that, just go ahead. If you want to learn more, follow me on Instagram, allday.fba. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Watch the vlogs. Watch some of the other videos. Learn more in depth on some of the more technical stuff instead of just a broad overview, right? DM me on Instagram if you have any questions about this video. If you have any thing you want to ask me more in depth, right? That's the easiest way to reach me. Boom. But aside from that, boys, that's literally it. That's the process. Simple, clear, effective, right? If you're ready to work, if you want to start a real online business that's going to be around for the next 10 freaking plus years and generate thousands of dollars, right? Hit the button down below, apply, and let's see how we can help you out. But aside from that, boys, that's literally it. It's time to log the fuck in. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram, allday.fba. The link is going to be down below for that. And yeah, hope you boys enjoy this one, and I'll see you boys in the next one.